Right. So, we should be right here. So that... Oh, Lord. We're starting right out with this. Okay. Mayushi's taking a break to prepare for Komima tomorrow. The timeline has been corrected, it seems, at least in part. I should stop by May Queen when I have time. I'll visit sometime when Mayuri and Ferris are working. I didn't realize it until I was gone, but I think I really like that maid cafe. Kurisu's reading a Western book. It's the same book as always. It's pretty hefty, so it must take a long time to read. I walk past her and enter the development room. There sits the time leap machine. Today is Saturday, the 14th of August. The first time Mayuri died, it happened on Friday the 13th. After Suzuha's sacrifice changed the world line, Mayuri died on the 14th instead. Her death was delayed 24 hours exactly. If that pattern continues, her death on this world line should occur tomorrow, the 15th. Just to be safe, I should buy a few days with the time leap machine. I'll need some time to solve the Lukaku problem. I should time leap right away. Just before entering the lab, I peeked into the Brontu workshop. The 42-inch CRT was on, so there's no problem there. Still, will Mayuri really die on the 15th? It's already prompting me to pull up my phone. Why? I don't have solid proof. Maybe there is no pattern and it's just in my head. Maybe Mayuri dies today. Maybe she dies tomorrow. What I want more than anything is for that to never happen. What happens to Mayuri on this world line? I mustn't let my guard down. Not until the IBN 5100 is back in my possession. At the same time, however, I want to know what happens to Mayuri on this world line. There's still a chance, however small, that she won't die. No, don't hesitate. Hesitation could lead to an irreplaceable mistake. I don't want to see Mayuri die again. To see the light fade from her eyes. Well, it's going to because I'm not bringing up my phone. It's too painful. So I won't confirm Mayuri's death. I don't want to. All I can do is assume the worst. Retrieving the IBN 5100 is the only sure way to prevent her death. I must not rest until then. I need time to leap now. I can always time leap later. I put away my phone and take a deep breath. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was the time that I was supposed to, like, in order for the divergent paths. So we might be close to Lukaku's ending already. I don't want to sacrifice everyone else. I know it's unreasonable, but I want to hope that nothing will happen on this world line. A foolish dream, perhaps, but still. Nothing happens on the 14th. Moeka's group doesn't appear at the lab, and Mayuri doesn't get involved in any accidents. So far, so good. The problem's tomorrow. The time is 7:30 p.m. My preparations are complete. The time leap machine is set, Mode Snake is primed, and the remote control for the TV downstairs is ready. It's all second nature to me now. Komima started today, so Mayuri's been in Ariake since this morning.
An assassin from our homeland.
Please. I told Daru not to come to the lab today, but to keep an eye on Mayuri instead. So even if Moeka's group shows up here, they have a low chance of killing Mayuri. Will the Rounders come on this world line? We'll soon find out. 7:35. The door isn't kicked open. Instead, My phone rings. It's Daru. Hello? Daru? Something's wrong. Hey, what happened? Daru!
I'm sorry. Some guys came out of nowhere. They took Mayushi. I think they wanted me. I ran, but Mayushi... What do I do, Ocarine?
It's the Rounders. They kidnapped her. And they probably killed her. To them, Mayuri is expendable. I grind my teeth in frustration. It didn't work. I still haven't averted Mayuri's death. I tossed Mode Snake onto the couch. The preparations were a waste. Mayuri died somewhere else. I hang up and walk to the development room. I won't let you kill Mayuri. And so, once more, I send my memories to the past. Hey, Jarek. Wait, Jarek here for a Steins Gate stream. Nani? Okay, but why are the people wasting time killing Mayuri instead of capturing the targets? It literally makes no sense. It's like, she's dying because in the true world line, she's supposed to be killed in a group with them. So in the other world lines, they're just killing her because that's like her fate on that world line. You're very upset about it? Yeah, this has been a experience. It's been a journey. I will share thoughts after we complete the game. An unpleasant sound pierces my ears. My vision ripples, my flesh and my soul momentarily feel separate. I grab my right wrist, I close my eyes, take deep breaths, and wait for my pulse to return to normal. That sounds like he hates it. Who's your favorite character, Jarek? Whew. The worst is over, all that's left is a headache. Now I have my answer. Mayuri's death is still fixed, just as in my heart I knew it would be. The change merely delayed it by another 24 hours. Suzuha free? I think we might be at the part of the game where Suzuha is like no longer in the picture at all. She was the first ending that we got, so we pretty much deleted our time that we spent with her and just let her go back to 1975. I need to cancel Lukaku's Steam mail. I sit down in a pipe chair and try to come up with a plan. As long as I still got Hoin Kyoma and Christina. Yeah, Kurisu's definitely my favorite character. I liked the MC when the game started and gradually have been liking him less. Nothing. I've been searching for a way to tell Lukaku the truth, but every mental simulation I run ends with her in tears. How dare me? How dare you? This dude thinks it's okay to just pull over a child and grope their crotch to confirm if they're male or female. And casually dream about raping Suzuha, just casually. Oh, well, you do know this is the source material, right? I suppose that's to be expected. Oh, great, yeah, let's just show it. Let's just put it in the background. Damn, it looks like I have no choice but to ask Kurisu. She's a girl, so she should understand how Lukaku feels. I call Kurisu out to the bench in front of the Bronze workshop. We're alone. This seems serious. Yes, I have a difficult problem that requires delicacy to resolve. Delicacy? That's like the exact opposite of what anyone expects from you. That's why I want to ask a girl. Plus, you're my assistant, so I need you to save my ass this instant. Oh, you. Why do you need to ask a girl anyway? I give her a little rundown, including how many times I've time-leaped and what happened with Suzuha and Ferris. How many times have I explained this to her now? He needs the recording to play. Every time he goes back in time, hey, listen to this. This time she believes me more readily than I expected. The only thing she doesn't believe is the story about Lukaku. Urushibara-san is actually a guy? That's totally ridiculous. But it's the truth. Well, it was the truth. So basically, she wrinkles her brow in thought. Hey, Marissa. She looks like Hashida?
That is the truth.
Crap. I got a mental image there for a second. Judging by her expression, so did Kurisu. Ugh. We grimace. Unacceptable. There's no way such a cute girl was a guy. Hey, hold your horses. I never said that Lukaku looked like a guy. He actually looked pretty much the same. He was always androgynous, so much you couldn't help but think he was secreting excess female hormones or something. As a result, I didn't even notice when Lukaku became a girl at first and made a fatal mistake. He looked like she does now? Kurisu's gaze wanders for a bit. Acceptable? What? Anyway, you want to turn her back into a guy? Unless we do, Mayuri dies. Mayuri's life is tied to Urashibara-san's gender. That's so crazy it doesn't seem real at all. Have you come up with a solution? Of course. I'll have Lukaku turn back into a guy. I don't know if she's going to appreciate that. That's why I'm consulting you, so I can find a way to do this while hurting her the least. I take a mouthful of Dr. P in a vain attempt to quiet my frustration. If only I hadn't been so careless. I shouldn't have let so many people send D-mails. This is my punishment. I must shoulder the pain of everyone who used a D-mail. Suzuha, Ferris, and now Lukaku. Regret won't change anything. There's only one piece of advice I can give. Christina sighs, blowing her bangs. Don't say anything to Urashibara-san. What do you mean? Based on what you've told me, you have the advantage this time. You already know the contents of the D-mail. So you don't have her, him? Ex-him? You don't have to tell Urashibara-san. Just send the cancellation D-mail. You mean pose as Lukaku and send the mail to her mother myself? If the world line changes, then that will be all undone. In which case, ethical concerns don't really matter. The end justifies the means, a philosophy worthy of a scientist. Just one problem. I don't know her mother's pager number. What? Are you an idiot? Why didn't you write it down? I didn't think I would need it. Kurisu clicks her tongue. She rubs her brow with her fingers while muttering and thinking. What if you just ask for the pager number directly? Think up a good excuse. That's going to look suspicious. What are you so scared of? That's not the vain and arrogant Okabe I know. Vain and arrogant? That was uncalled for. I don't have time to be hoeing Kyoma right now. Just make up some nonsense like you always do. I mean, you know how gullible she is, right? Wow, I really hate myself for saying that. I'm a bad girl. Kurisu hangs her head. Maybe I should just tell her the truth. Sincerity will work better than underhanded tricks, I think. You're too sleepy. I knew it was going to be late for you. So I'll just make several references to future M. Budlong in the future. Watching the VOD. It's fine. Hi, Twice. A mad scientist sincere? That's a good one. It's more like you to say, I'll brainwash her. Mwahaha. I'm being serious, damn it.
俺は
Hey, story time.
ルカ子の痛みも背負う
To Taru, happy Thursday to you as
そ
well.
うしなければならないのだ
I will shoulder Lukako's pain. That's my responsibility.
最終的に
When I cancel that D-mail, the fact that she was a girl will be undone.
ゆえに
I'm the only one who can carry that
俺が
burden.
背負わない
だったら私に相談する必
So,
要
what are
なん
you
てない
talking to me for? Go to her now and tell her what you told me.
そう
Yeah, you're right.
だな
Alright, have a good night, Marissa. That's my only choice. As always, there are only a few worshippers at the shrine. Do we like Lukako-chan? No. I guess that's how it can keep its dignified silence, even though it's less than a 10-minute walk from Akihabara Station.
おかみさん
Ah, Okabe-san. Lukako is sweeping the courtyard.
すみません
Is the route going as poorly as expected?
お話で
We just started, so no. I ignored the game's warning and I let Mayuri die in this world line. Then we time traveled back. Then we explained ourselves to Kurisu for like the 5th time. And now we are going to tell Lukako why we need her mother's pager number so we can turn her back into a boy in the correct world line. I'm sorry. I left Samidare in my room.
いや
No, that's okay.
そのことはいい
What, so you got the ending for this route? No, so the ending for this route is Lukako, and it's going to come down to, like, I can already tell based on the last ones, it's going to come down to sending the D-mail or not. So we could choose to let Lukako be happy as a girl, or work towards 1.0 divergence and turn Lukako back into a boy. So I'm sure there will be like a short sequence after the fact where Lukako is a girl and maybe like gets with Okabe or something, and then we go back. Really? Well, crap. Now that we're face to face, I can't bring myself to tell her the truth.
どうか
Is something wrong? Well, I recall Lukako's crying face. She looked very sad when I called her a guy. If possible, I don't want to make her cry again. No, why am I acting so weak? I can't stop here. I swore I would do anything to save Mayuri. And when Lukako said he wanted to be a girl, he probably only said it out of curiosity. If I explain everything properly, I doubt she'll refuse to become a guy again.
ルカ子よ
Lukako! Yes? I grab her by the shoulders and pull her close. Lukako's cheeks instantly turn bright red.
落ち着いて聞いてくれ
Please listen carefully. The truth is,
男だったのだ
you used to be a guy. No reaction. Or so I thought. Then tears start welling up in Lukako's eyes. You're saying that again?
そんなこと
Damn, I made her cry again. But this time, I won't back down.
聞くんだ
Listen, unless you turn back into a guy, Mayuri will die.
マユリの命が
I'm gonna go watch not this. Yeah, I don't blame you, Quinn. I explain everything. About time travel. About D-mail. About Mayuri's fate. About how to avoid it. I talk and talk without pausing for breath. Finally, I'm done. You're joking, right?
ですよね
Her voice is trembling.
そんなの
I can't believe any of this.
いつもの
This is more role-playing, right? You're being Kyoma-san, right?
設
Right?
定ですよね
She backs away from me, shaking her head.
もうひどい
I don't like that backstory. It hurts, and I think it would hurt Mayuri-chan too.
いきなりこんなこと
I
言
know
わ
you're
れて
confused hearing this so suddenly, but it's all true.
だが
I've witnessed her death countless
全ての
times.
ことは
I'm sorry. I know I'm being selfish, but I'm begging you to save Mayuri. I need you to become a guy again. Please tell me you're joking, Okabe-san. I can't possibly be a guy. I don't want to be.
僕は
I've always been a girl, ever since I was born. This is cruel.
しかも
And why do I have to hear it from you, of all people? I'm so embarrassed. This isn't right. Lukaku covers her face with both hands to snuff out her sobs.
恥じることなどあるものか。
What's there to be embarrassed about? I have a harder time thinking of you as a girl anyway. Lukaku jerks like someone poked her with a cattle prod. Her crying has stopped. What did I do? That's how you of me?
何なんて言ったの？
Yeah, he is not handling this delicately at all. What? I couldn't hear you. She lowers her hands and looks at me. Then smiles, a soft, sorrowful smile. So that's how you think of me. Then Lukaku shakes off my hands and runs away. Lukaku, wait! She doesn't stop even when I call her. She disappears into the shrine office. It turned out just as my mental simulations predicted. I sigh and leave the shrine dejected. I need to come up with a plan. When I get back to the lab, I take Kurisu out to the bench and explain what happened. Kurisu listens with an annoyed expression the whole time. When I finish, she glares at me and says, "You raised a flag."
お前は何を言っ
What
て
are
い
you
る
talking about?
わかんないの？
Don't you get it? You raised a flag. Or I guess you could say you tripped over a flag that was already raised.
フラグとは
You mean a death
死
flag?
亡フラグ。
死んでどうする？
Why? It's a romance flag, genius. What? A romance flag?
漆原さんは
Urushibara-san likes you. Kurisu thrusts her finger at me.
大好きな法院京馬から
When her beloved Hoin Kyoma told her she was a guy, it tore her pure maidenly heart into a tiny little
率直に
pieces.
真実を話す
In other words, your plan was a massive failure.
結果的に
She sure is calm when it's my neck on the line.
恋愛となると厄介
Love is trouble. There's no formula for calculating people's feelings. Too many unknowns to solve for. She shakes her head like she can't imagine anything worse. Has this girl never been in love?
正面から
Oh, don't worry. Just wait until you're root, and then it will be revealed
本
that
人を説得するハードルは
she also loves you, Okabe. The direct approach was a mistake. It'll be harder to persuade her now.
今度は
You should think of another way this time, like asking her mother directly.
彼女を泣かせた男
Though
として
I'm sure the Urushibara family already thinks of you as the man who made their daughter cry, so they might have their guard up. Lukaku likes me? I don't want to believe it. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, but
ちなみに
when do you think I first set off that romance flag?
知らん
How should I know?
だってよく考えてみ
I
る
mean, think about it. Lukaku was a guy last week. If he already liked me at that point, then
その時点から
それは岡部の主観でのロジックでしょ
I feel like this is gonna stomp into territory that I don't want it to. We'll just add homophobia to the list of everything else that
Yes.
is happening with this game. That's just your perspective.
漆原さんなり私なりの主観からすれば彼女は最初
From everyone else's perspective, she was always a girl. It makes perfect sense.
今いるこの世界線を
Think in terms of the current world line. Right. It makes perfect sense. Still.
それより
Anyway, there's a bigger problem.
漆原さんの性別を
Will changing Urushibara-san's gender to male really bring the IBN 5100 back?
前の世界線とは
Something is different from the previous world line.
ルカ子の父親の話
According to Lukaku's father, the IBN 5100 was definitely at Yanabayashi Shrine.
鈴葉がフェイリス
Suzuha gave it to Ferris's dad. After he died, Ferris donated it to Yanabayashi Shrine.
その流れは
That sequence is the same as on the world line where I obtained the 5100.
段階的に
So you're gradually approaching the original world line. You know, I've been thinking, you really shouldn't be able to change the world line so easily.
そう思う
What makes you say that?
だって
I mean, there are 6 billion people in the world. It doesn't make sense that switching a single person's gender could cause such a huge change in the world line.
鈴葉が言っていたが
According to Suzuha, taking different actions after a time leap will only change divergence by around 0.000001%, if at all.
だが
But when I canceled Ferris's D-mail, there was a 0.05% change. 0.05% is pretty big.
天音さんは
What did Amane-san have to say about that?
2010年は
The year 2010 is a major attractor field junction, and the key is whether or not I obtain the 5100, IBN 5100. Maybe the divergence meter actually measures your distance to the IBN 5100.
つまり
In any case, what you're saying is that all of the D-mails we sent had an influence on the IBN 5100's location somehow.
D メールの中には
There were also some D-mails that didn't activate Reading Steiner. So just cancel the D-mails that activated Reading Steiner, and the IBN 5100 might come back to you. The remaining D-mails were sent by Lukaku and Kiryu Moeka. I don't want to see that woman again if I can help it. In any case, I should focus on Lukaku right now. So, what should I do about Lukaku?
付き合っちゃえば
Just go out with her.
マジで
Seriously?
好きな人いないんなら
If there's nobody you like, then there's no reason not to, is there?
そうやって彼女の
Get close and help her work through her feelings. Then she'll probably tell you what you need to know.
マユリが死ぬのは
Mary dies in 2 days. I don't have time for that touchy-feely
して
stuff.
いる暇はない
Suddenly, Kurisu's expression turns grave.
これは
Only consider this as a last resort.
やろうと思えば
If you're willing to hurt
漆原さん
Urushimaru-san,
の
you
人
can
格を
always
否定して
take the information by force?
どうせ世界
She'll forget after the world line changes, won't she? In that case, I think it's a valid option.
マユリが死ぬことに
But only when compared to Mayuri's death.
私
Yeah, not this again.
すごく最低な
I hate myself for suggesting this. No, you're right. I need to consider every possible option. But I don't want to do stuff if there's any other choice. I'm not saying this for myself. From my perspective, when the world line changes, everything until that point becomes undone. But what about from Lukaku's perspective? What if this world line continues after I leave it behind? The Lukaku of this world line will have to live with what I did to her. That possibility exists. Suzuha said that's not the case, but there's no way to be sure. And since I can't confirm or deny that possibility, I don't want to use Kurisu's last resort. Besides, I have the time leap machine. And as long as I have it, I can repeat the days before Mayuri's death forever. Of course, there's still the danger of the time leap failure. In that case, the first thing I should do is have an honest talk with the girl in question. I hear the tweeting of small birds outside the window. It's nice and cool early in the morning, even though it's the middle of the summer. Too bad the cicadas are already chirping. The sunlight's not too strong yet. I couldn't get a wink of sleep. I was up all night thinking about Lukaku. Yeah, no tweets allowed. Ocarine! Ah, there you are. Uh-oh, she's mad. Mary enters the room and looks at me with a disapproving pout. She didn't say Tutoru. It's rare to see her in such a bad mood.
早いな
You're early. It's still 8. Something happening today?
オカリンに怒り
I'm
に来
here
たん
to
だ
scold you, Ocarine. She gives me a glare that's more cute than frightening. She's never been very good at getting angry.
あのね
Mayushi's very disappointed in you. Mary puffs out her cheeks and thrusts a finger at me.
何の話だ
What'd I do?
しらばっくれて
You
も
can't fool me, Ocarine. You made Luka-chan cry, didn't you? How did you...
ルカちゃんに
Luka-chan told me. She said you said she was a guy. Damn. Those two are close friends. I should have known Lukaku would go to Mayuri
オ
first.
カリン
Why would you say such a mean thing, Ocarine? Mayuri, it doesn't involve you. This is a serious confidential matter involving the organization.
関係なく
It does involve me. Luka-chan is Mayushi's friend.
出してくれないならねマユシ
If you
は
don't tell me, we're not friends anymore, okay? I'm gonna quit being a lab mem. This is the first time I've ever seen Mayuri so angry. I'm not sure how to deal with this, honestly.
ねえね
Why did you say such a mean thing? I did it to save you. But I can't say that. I don't have it in me to tell this innocent girl that she's fated to die in 2 days. Come to think of it, was it a mistake to tell Lukaku about Mayuri's murder? I did make sure to tell Lukaku not to breathe a word of it.
え何か
This game makes me want us to revisit ZTD. Why? I apparently have a trophy left in ZTD to unlock. So maybe I'll do it in Discord one of these days. Chat? Yes, twice? Are we playing 1999? No. Some people in the community are, though, so if it looks cool to you, then go wild. At least that had some value. Good thing I was asking chat and not streamer. Wow. Well, I told you what's going on with chats. Armin's playing, Natalie's playing. Some others are playing. This is probably a lesson in playing old VNs. Yes, probably. And just think, this game is still older than Tsukihime by 10 years. She's sharp, even though she never seems to be thinking anything. I can tell. I've been watching you longer than anyone, Ocarine. And yesterday, you talked with Christian for a long time, didn't you? Yeah, they've improved the formula ever so slightly in this, I would say. Yeah. But at the end of the day, harem VN be harem VN. If something's wrong, you should talk to Mayushi, okay? Can you believe Danganronpa 1 came out the year after this one? It came out one year later? Really? Danganronpa 1 released in 2010? I thought it was like 2012. Are you sure? Japanese PSP release 2010. Wow. Yo, Danganronpa 1 is 13 years old. It cannot be.
Stop talking.
Can we not say the D slur? That is not a slur. Nya! I want to help too. Okay. Now let's go apologize to Luka-chan. Will you do that for me? Mayushi will come too, so let's...
You shut up too.
Ocarine? Come now, Mayuri. Me worry. Don't be ridiculous. I am the insane mad scientist, Ho-Oh-In Kyoma. I have nothing to worry about. All I have is the hunger for chaos. Ocarine. I can't tell Mayuri. I can't. Even if Mayuri hates me for it. Okabe-san, I have something important to talk to you about. Please come to the shrine when you can. I'll be waiting. Please. Glad Rosen is here too. Now we have both regular Steins Gate viewers tuning in on a Thursday. We also had M. Budlong, but she went to bed because weeknight. Quinn was here for Cursed Behavior. And he left because it was too cursed. I think Steven and Ifrit are here. Who else keeps up with Steins Gate? Bubble Wand listens. Sionis, yes. I watched the anime back when it aired. I feel bad. Metal Face was here, but I think I scared him off. He forced my hand, though. Metal Face was a Steins Gate fan, but he only watched the anime, and I think a lot of people are in that boat. A lot of the things that I don't like about this apparently don't happen in the anime, so... yeah. Well, I know Steven played the game, and I can't remember if Sionis played the game. I want to say he did. I told her everything yesterday, including about Mayuri's death. Perhaps after sleeping on it, she finally decided to believe my story. What if she has, like, a Ferris moment where she remembers things from the previous world line? That would be cool.
Yes.
You've only played the game. I would be interested to hear your thoughts on the overall picture of the game after I've completed it. All right. I get up from the sofa. Where are you going? All systems online. Mayu, she's not done talking. I'm going to Lukaku's. Really? You're going to apologize? Then let Mayushi come too. No, that will just make it harder. I put my hand on Mayuri's shoulder. Please, take care of the lab while I'm gone. Mayuri's shoulders droop. She looks sad for some reason, but she lets me go. Oh my god. When I reach the shrine, I find Lukaku standing alone in the courtyard. She's dressed in regular clothes instead of her Miko garb. She still hasn't noticed me. Lukaku stands still in her silent courtyard. The only movement comes from the trees swaying in the summer breeze. It's like a scene from a movie. I stop and watch in fascination. Finally, Lukaku turns around. Our eyes meet. I awkwardly clear my throat and walk towards him, her. Lukaku bows her head. You came. Thank you. We stare at each other in silence. Crap, this is awkward. I can't stand the silence, so I try to start the conversation. What did you tell Mayuri? Sorry, but Mayuri-chan's the only one I could talk to about this. I mean, how much did you tell her? I kept most of it a secret, especially the stuff about her dying. Well, that's good. That's a relief. Do you still think I'm joking? Kako shakes her head. She believes me? You said you had something important to talk about, Nya. I'm trying to be gentle. Why did he say Nya? But for some reason I wind up talking like Ferris. I really don't know how to deal with Lukaku now that she's a girl. Lukaku takes a deep breath as if to prepare herself. Her face is turning red for some reason. She opens her mouth to speak, then closes it again. This continues for several cycles. What's wrong with her? Her tension is getting to me. My heart starts pounding like an alarm bell. I think we're about to have another Ferris moment. Yes? Want to ask? Yes? Okabe-san, about what you said yesterday. Is she gonna ask if she was confident as a man? Yeah. I believe you. That's great! So she's willing to go back to being a guy, even though I hurt her feelings. For her to believe me in spite of that makes me pretty happy. But something strange about Lukaku, she still looks wound up pretty tight. In fact, it's gotten worse. She looks on the verge of tears. So, well, in exchange for becoming a guy again. In exchange? She wants something in return? I wasn't expecting this. For today and tomorrow.
まゆりちゃんが危ないこと
We
に
can stop before Mayuri-chan is in danger. What? What is she talking about? My throat goes dry. I'm so tense and I don't know why. So, please be my...
よく聞こえなかったんだが、もう一度頼む。
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
Lukako's voice was even softer than ever. So soft that I couldn't hear her from here. Please be my and... No good. I still can't hear. Speak up. I'll do anything I can. Boy and...
なんだって？
What?
恋人に
Please be my boyfriend! What? Boyfriend? Takes me a while to process the word. Meanwhile, Lukako starts squirming and fidgeting. She refuses to look me in the eye. My heart is pounding. What's going on? What did she say to me? Boyfriend. 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 She wants me to be her boyfriend until tomorrow. What? Why?
だ。
Without thinking, I ask the worst possible question. She curls up even smaller. I like you. Her voice is small as the buzzing of a mosquito, but has all the courage she can muster. I feel my heart tighten at those words. Silence. More silence. Wait just a second. This is too sudden. I mean, maybe it's not sudden exactly. I've known about Lukako's feelings since yesterday when Kurisu told me about the romance flag. But still, I didn't think it would come to this. My mind goes blank. I can't think straight. Lukako hangs her head, waiting for my answer. She looks so cute and innocent. I feel myself drawn to... No. No, no, no. That's wrong. That's just wrong. I am not attracted to Lukako. Let me think about it. Give me 5 minutes.
5分だけ時間をくれ。
I turn and flee like a scared rabbit. I'm so embarrassed I can't look back. Oh, he just ditched her. 10 minutes later, I get back to the lab. Mayuri's eating a red bean bun. Oh, Kareen, how'd it go?
ちゃんと
Did you apologize to Luka-chan?
そう。
Yeah. So put the juicy chicken number 1 in the microwave and nuke it so that the D mail's basically ABC and...
およ
Huh?
すなわち電子レンジは
The microwave was developed by Knights of the
生み出したものであり、
Rosicrucian
チンとなる男こそが洗脳装置で、実はチンとなる意味など全くなく、
Rosicrucian order who used alchemy. Meanwhile, meaning that the sound of the chime is the brainwashing device, while the chime itself actually doesn't have any meaning at all.
あーオカリンが壊れちゃった
Okarine's broken. I mutter incoherently as I set up the time leap machine.
何してるの
What are you doing? Oh, making a tactical retreat.
戦略
Retreat? How far do I go? As far as I can. Yeah, that's it. Far, far away from here. I jump all the way back to August 11th, the limit of the time leap machine's range. Why? I don't understand why he doesn't just be Lukako's boyfriend. And this is very silly. He could have gotten what he needed if he just put up with it for a day. When I'm done, Kurisu is standing before me, fiddling with the phone wave named subject to change his wiring. Stop staring, you're distracting me. How many times do I have to tell you? She's still working on the time leap machine upgrade. I know I shouldn't interrupt her, but there's nobody else I can rely on. The power of anime. Genius neuroscientist, I need to talk to you.
手短に
Make it short. I want you to come with me to Yanabayashi Shrine.
理由を言って
Tell me why. If it's a date or something, then I refuse. Hoeing Kyoma does not go on dates, much less with my assistant. Ridiculous. She's glaring like she's gonna kill me. Shh, let's leave the jokes aside for now. So, I need you to explain the differences between the male brain and the female brain.
わけわからん
What? I briefly explained my situation and what happened with Lukako before I leaped. How many times have I explained this to Karisu now? Like 7.
岡部さん
Kabe-san and Makise-san,
マキセ
did
さ
you
ん
come to pray? Not exactly.
Oh.
Actually, we have something
実は
to talk to you about, Urashibara-san. This is the strategy I thought up. Its name is Operation Christina. Lukako reacts differently to me. I already know she'll have a breakdown if I tell her she's a guy. But she's not too familiar with Karisu, and they're both girls, so it should be easier if Karisu tells her. That's not gonna work. That was never gonna work! That's why I persuaded Karisu to handle it. Yeah, he calls her Christina because Christina. So, I wait behind Karisu and watch silently.
何でしょうか
What might that be? Lukako is shy. He was distant with me back when we first met. And I can see she's made a small wall between herself and Karisu now too. On the other hand, Karisu is very calm, truly reliable. Karisu puts on a gentle smile and begins her explanation.
男性と女性で
Did you know? Male and female brains are very different. What? Hey,
男性は右脳
male
が
brains are right dominant, female brains are left dominant. Yeah?
ちなみに右脳は
By the way, the right brain handles image processing, spatial processing, and comprehensive judgment. The left brain handles things like language and calculation.
そうそう右脳と左脳をつな
The
ぐ
right and
脳
left
量
brains
って
are
いうのがある
connected by the corpus callosum, which is
これが
more
発達
developed
して
in
たり
females.
ほらよく言うでしょ
You know how people say that girls are better at multitasking? That can be explained by the development of the
脳
corpus
量が
callosum. What? What the hell is she talking about?
まあこれは
This will be on the
どっ
next
ちかっていう
quiz,
と
literally.
脳科学に近い属性
Actually, these theories are kind of fringe. They're not really that credible.
ちょっとだけ
So if you don't mind, I'd like to do an experiment.
何を
An experiment?
あなたの脳が女性として
I want to try
の
mapping
答
your
えを示
brain
しているのか
patterns to see if they're more
男性としての
female or male. What is mapping? Lukako's clearly frightened.
脳波マッピング
Brainwave mapping. We just take a sample of your brainwaves. Anyway, you'll understand if you try it, okay? Okay? It won't hurt a bit.
嫌です
No thanks.
ほんと大丈
It'll
夫
be
だから
okay, I promise.
私が
It
保
won't
証
hurt a
する
bit.
から
Just come to the lab and we'll...
お前はどこの
What kind
変
of
態なんで
perverted
すか
old man are you? I lightly chop Karisu on the head. What? What?
何よではない何のためにここに来たのだ
Don't you what me?
ルカ子を怯えさせて
What did we
どうする
come here for? What are you going to do if we scare Lukaku away?
私はただ
I'm just treating her like a valuable test sub.
帰れ
Go back to the lab, you experiment-loving girl.
ああそう
Yeah, okay, so that's the thanks I get for going out of my way to help you. I'm
だから
gone.
言われた通り
You're on your own now.
あとはあんた一人で頑張りなさい
Karisu leaves the shrine with squared shoulders, muttering darkly to herself.
岡部さん
What was Makise-san talking about? Well, basically, do I have to explain myself after all?
お前は
You're actually a guy.
本当は
The
男
result is the same, of course. I hear the tweeting of small birds outside the window. It's morning. Too bad the cicadas are chirping. Sun's not too strong yet. Second time I've woken up like this. In any case, my mental state is exactly the same as back then. Through the front door, I hear someone stomping up the stairs. I jump up thinking it's Moeka, then I realize who it is. Mayuri.
オカリ
There you are! Mayuri enters and greets with a disapproving pout. Originally, Mayuri was supposed to stay over at the lab, but last night she got a call from someone and left in a hurry. She probably went to see Lukaku.
あのね
And she's disappointed in you. Of course, I signed frustration before I time leaped. This happened on the 14th. Today is the 12th. Since I explained the situation to Lukaku early, it looks like Mayuri's protest came early too.
オカリンってばルカちゃんに相談されたオカリ
I'm going to see her now, so don't worry. Really? Thank goodness. If you weren't gonna apologize, then Mayushi was never gonna talk to you again. That mail should come any minute now. It actually came. If I go to Yanabayashi Shrine now, Lukaku will confess her love and ask me to be her boyfriend. But this time, I thought ahead.
Christina! Christina!
I start yelling at the development room and begin to hear the sounds of someone moving inside. Is Chris-chan sleeping? She worked all night, so you shouldn't wake her up. I know, but I have to do this.
Christina!
Christina, please wake up. Oh, shut up. Christina comes out of the development room with sleepy eyes. Chris-chan, Tutoru. Last night, she fell asleep at the desk. The sleeves of her clothes left a mark on her cheek. Her hair is frayed and her eyes are red. She rubs those red eyes. What is it? I'm going to Yanabayashi Shrine. Come with me. It's time for Operation Christina 2. Until the 15th. We can stop before Miuri-chan's in danger, so... Please be my... Same as before, only this time I have to be your boyfriend for 4 days instead of just 2. I guess you could say it's a bold proposal. Fortunately, I came prepared. It's time to set Operation Christina 2 into motion. Last time, things got complicated when I added that experiment-loving girl to the conversation. This time, I had her watch things from the shadows near the staircase. Excuse me, I need a moment. I turn my back to Lukaku and call Kurisu. Sup, you filthy normal. Who's a normal? Think about how I feel for once. Did you hear what Lukaku just said? No, fill me in. You weren't listening? How am I supposed to listen from all the way over here? She confessed until the 15th, then back to manhood. Roger. And why are you asking me? Just grant Urushibara-san's wish. But it's Lukaku! What's wrong with her? I mean, look how cute she is. But she's a... Her being a guy might just be your imagination. From my perspective, she's always been a girl. Just give up. Bye. Wait! She hung up. Damn, why did I even bring her along? That is a great question. What a useless assistant. I stuff my phone into my pocket and head back to Lukaku. Were you on the phone with Makise-chan? Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh. You looked like you were having fun. Nonsense. Is this pressure? Is she applying psychological pressure? So... Lukaku fidgets restlessly. Your answer? Please be my boyfriend. A 4-day trial relationship. Will those 4 days feel long or short? I mean, sure, Lukaku's cute. She's very slender and delicate, especially around the waist, and her skin is as white as alabaster. And even when Lukaku was a guy, I occasionally found myself mesmerized by his girlish demeanor. Biologically, the current Lukaku is a girl, so even if we do stuff, there shouldn't be a problem.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
I'm on a mission to change Lukaku back into a guy. I need to accomplish that mission to save Mayuri. If I go out with a girl Lukaku and fall in love with her, then will I be able to treat guy Lukaku like I used to? If I forget he's a guy and lose my self-control, it could result in complications. Going out with the current Lukaku isn't the problem. I mean, I still have my reservations, but cuteness is justice, right? The real source of my hesitation is the thought of what happens afterwards. The problem isn't Lukaku, but my own heart. Besides, I'm supposed to be saving Mayuri, not going on dates. But on the other hand, Lukaku's cooperation is essential to save Mayuri. I won't get anywhere if I reject Lukaku and make her cry. So, for the sake of my goal, I must overcome the problems of my heart. I'll do it. I'll take Lukaku's deal. But if we're gonna do this, I tell myself, there's one rule that I must follow. You must not fall in love with Lukaku. Even if it means trampling on her heart, you must not fall in love. Fall in love, and you could end up walking the forbidden path. Lukaku's a guy. A guy. Oh, the forbidden path. Guy. And don't forget it. Just don't forget. Very well. I'll go out with you, but only until the 15th. Oh, this is so fucking weird, yeah. Tears immediately fall from Lukaku's eyes. Why are you crying? I'm happy. I was sure you'd say no. Thank goodness, thank goodness.
I want this to end.
Her face is red and her eyes are wet with tears, yet she's really happy. Seeing her like this, all shy and embarrassed, but happy at the same time, makes me feel... She's too cute. I mustn't fall in love, but I'm about to! Why does every single one of her actions have to be so cute? She must be doing it on purpose. There's no other way! Lukaku's cuteness is a terror of the universe. Okabe-san? What? Lukaku wipes her tears away. Tomorrow, da? What does she mean by da? I apologize for all the bad things I said about Digimon Survive! Ooh! Please take me on a date. What did you say? Date? True, when a couple goes somewhere together, that's called a date. It would really be a dick move if I refused to go on a date right after we started going out. Okay, but where? Doesn't look like she's got a place in mind. I want to go where you want to go, Okabe-san. I want to know more about the places you frequent, Okabe-san. So in other words, she wants me to decide for her. Let's go to a maid cafe! It's really unfair to be so cute. People will forgive you for anything you say. I scratched my head and thought, then I'll come up with something by tomorrow. For now, I just want to get out of this sickeningly sweet atmosphere that's brewing. We arranged to meet tomorrow morning, then I quickly leave the shrine behind. I breathe a sigh of relief at the sparsity of pedestrians on Mansebashi Bridge. Well, Kurisu was walking behind me. She was completely useless. Did you agree to go out with her? Well, I can kind of guess based on Urushibara-san's reaction. Wait, you saw that? You told me to watch, didn't you? Oh yeah. I was expecting her to give me advice. Guess I should have known better. We're going on a date tomorrow. Yeah? Kurisu makes a small nasal sound. She hasn't been making eye contact. Our insane mad scientist dating a high school girl. That's not insane at all. Damn you, Kurisu. Must you always be so cynical? Let's just ignore her and get to the lab. But just as I quicken my pace, she grabs my shoulder and pulls me back. I almost fall down backwards. What was that for? Sorry, I didn't mean to be snippy. I'm just a little irritated. Kurisu doesn't tell me what she's irritated about. Instead, she starts rubbing her temples. You made this choice to save Mayuri, so I'll change my way of thinking too. Anyway, do you have any plans for your date tomorrow? Date plans. I told Lukaku I'd come up with something by tomorrow. So far, I've made no progress. I can't help but feel uneasy about the whole thing, even though I'm doing it to save Mayuri. Well, do you? This calls for Houin Kyoma. I have only one thing to say, assistant mine. I am the great Houin Kyoma, a mad scientist with an IQ rivaling that of Isaac Newton himself. And Naturally, as a mad scientist, I have no interest in the thing mortals call love. My incredible brain is devoted to the destruction of the system that controls the world and the birth of a new age of chaos. You're obviously a virgin. Thank you very... Huh? Pretend you didn't just hear that. Damn you, assistant. How dare you point out the truth so bluntly. I won't forget this insult. Sorry. And what about you? Your experience must be vast indeed if you think you can lecture me about it. Ugh. I don't miss Christina's grimace. That's what I thought. You spend all your time on research, so you've got zero experience, don't you? You must have been awfully lonely in America, huh? Shut up. What's wrong with being a virgin? The genius girl who cried virgin at the center of Akiba. I wouldn't be surprised to see it plastered across the blogosphere. Thankfully, it's early morning, but there are still a few pedestrians grinning at Kurisu. Let's get out of here! Kurisu starts to hurry away. What's important for a first date is to make a good first impression. An unclean appearance is out of the question. A haircut is especially important. Long hair looks dirty, so it's no good. For clothes, you should wear something exactly the right size. Though it may be trendy, especially in Akiba, for young men to wear baggy clothes, it looks sloppy, so it's not good. Why exactly am I in a maid cafe getting date advice from my younger assistant who is also a girl? Yo, is that the genius neuroscientist and 4chaner Kurisu admitting she's a virgin? Yep, publicly. $8:12. Is that your birthday pause? On the first date, conversations tend to break due to mutual nervousness. What's important is to play conversation catch. Yeah, happy in-game birthday. One-sided conversations aren't fun for the other side. Girls especially like to talk, so the guy should try to keep the conversation going. Not just by listening, throwing in appropriate responses is also necessary. Responsiveness gives the girl the impression that you're really listening to her. Basically, you need to be the opposite of yourself. Anyway, focus on acting normal for now. No more that idiotic laughter. You're too heavy-handed with girls. You talk too pompously. You fire off nonsensical delusions. Hey, you're just reading out of a dating manual, so you've got no right to look down on me, you American virgin. Since neither of us knows anything about romance, we're studying out of a dating manual we bought on the way here. Who are you calling an American virgin? Who else but you? Yeah, sure thing, virgin. There's a saying, a fortress is judged by how many attacks it repulses. A soldier is judged by how many fortresses he takes. It's not a saying. Don't look so proud of yourself. You're right. This is a dumb argument. Anyway, this dating manual actually says some pretty interesting things. Kurisu flips through the manual on top of the table. Like, when walking down the street, be sure to put yourself between your date and the road, or whatever you do, don't make the girl pay for anything. Okay, for your date tomorrow, make sure you follow all these rules. I wonder if it can really be useful. Ocarine became a mad scientist for Mayoshi's sake, right? Maybe it's irresponsible of me to say you don't have to act like a bad guy. What? And after that, there's carry a clean handkerchief, spread it out when the girl goes to sit on a park bench. I'm not her butler. That's what the book says. When it's time to eat, avoid fast food of all kinds. Family restaurants are borderline acceptable. Anything else depends on your budget. Family restaurants are borderline. Where are the family restaurants in Akiba?
待ち合わせ場所には
Arrive at the meeting place at least 15 minutes early. Tardiness is unacceptable.
15分前到着
15 minutes early?
あとはデートコースね。映画館とか美術館
Then you just need to decide where to take her. Movies, art galleries, strolling through town, and food are all safe.
なるほど
I see. It's easier than I thought.
俺はてっきり
I was under the impression that a first date required going to a beautiful beach resort, exchanging your first kiss, bathed in the light of the setting sun, and stuff like that.
それすごく
Ah, that's really romantic. I mean, that's virgin imagination at full throttle. You've read too much
お
manga.
前もな
You too.
ちなみに相手は
Besides, your date's a minor, so don't even think about bringing her to a hotel, okay? What do you take me for?
それはない
That way... Live forbidden lusts. Not to mention Lukako's such an innocent girl. If I brought her to a hotel, she'd probably faint from shock.
ざっとこういうところ
That's
ね
just about covers it. Well, was my lecture
お
helpful?
前のレクチャーではなく
You mean the manual's
マニ
lecture.
ュアル本のレクチャー
Anyway,
だろ
strolling around town counts as a date, huh? In that case, I don't have to waste money.
にゃにゃ
Nya nya. Kyoma, are you going on a date? Nya? Ferris comes out. Oh, comes to our table carrying drinks.
お待たせしました
Thanks for waiting. I'll prepare your iced coffee, Nyan. As usual, she pours in milk and syrup right in front of me. Kurisu watches this with great interest. I guess this is her first time at a maid cafe.
デートは
Nya!
マユシーかにゃ
Is Mayushi the lucky girl, Nya? Ferris winks at me playfully while stirring Kurisu's iced coffee.
なぜそこで
Why would you think
マ
that?
ニュアルが出てくるんだ
Nya? Not her, Nya? Then... Ferris looks at Kurisu.
この子なのにゃ
Is it her, Nya? Huh?
いやこいつは女子
No, she's my assistant. Kurisu and I exchange glares sharper than a sword's blade. I swear sparks are flying.
じゃあ別の
Then
子
some other girl, Nya. Kyoma, you tomcat. You're making moves on too many girls, Nya.
ほう
Oh, so you're making moves on too many girls, huh?
何をバカな
What nonsense. Well, I guess I did hug Ferris. But that was on the 14th, so when I time leaped to the 12th, it was undone. I shake off a pang of loneliness and return to the conversation. Nya nya nya, magic! The next day finds me strolling around Akiba with Lukaku. So, where to next? Event number 1, lunch at a family restaurant, is already complete. I took care of the bill, and now we're back out in the heat. I've got the entire day planned out in my head. The next event is...
街をブラブラする
How about a walk around town? Okay. It's Obon holiday, so Akiba is crowded. To avoid the crowds, we end up walking through the back streets. My plan is to walk with Lukaku all the way to Ueno and back. That should do it, right? I walk quickly. This conversation thing isn't going so well. I tried to follow the guide's advice and be a good listener, but Lukaku's silent by nature. She doesn't really start talking on her own. Even at the family restaurant, the words we exchanged were mostly just things like, it's crowded today, it's delicious, it was delicious. God, so awkward. And I think it was a mistake to just wander around, especially since we've ended up in a residential area with no interesting scenery whatsoever. Okabe-san? Lukaku speaks up. She's a few steps behind me. Yeah? I stop and turn around. Lukaku catches up, and we start walking together again. Do you remember? About the first time you and I met?
Oh.
Yeah. Of course, what I actually remember is how I met the male Lukaku. It was during Golden Week in May. I was searching Akiba for materials to build a future gadget, and I saw Lukaku in his Miko garb surrounded by some cameramen.
やめてください
Please stop. I can't, he said Yamete.
お願いします
Please, let us take just a photo.
そのコスプレ
That cosplay is super moe. I've never seen such a cute Miko cosplayer before. This isn't cosplay.
できれば可愛い
If you could make a cute pose, I'd be super happy.
じゃああれだよ俺
Do that thing, you know, that thing Megumi-tan does in Miko Miko Overdrive. Miko is a cat from Genshin. She's actually a fox. Also, low angler, my goodness. Yeah, that would be awesome. You know Megumi-tan, right? Can you do it for us? I don't know, sorry. What's wrong? If you come to Akiba in cosplay, that means you want people to take your picture, right? That's right, or are you rejecting us because we're losers? No, it's just, this isn't cosplay. To be honest, the Miko garb fascinated me. Because Miko are sacred, chosen to serve the gods. I know college girls are doing it for money these days, but as far as I'm concerned, that's sacrilege. As is demanding the photograph of a sacred Miko, I couldn't let it pass. You with the cameras. Who are you? Who am I? I am the great Hoin Kyoma, bearer of the mightiest brain since Einstein himself. The insane mad scientist who will bring chaos to the world. Mwahaha! What's with this guy? He's nuts. Stop right there. This Miko clearly does not want your attention. Get out of here, Chunibyu. You trying to look cool and save a girl for smecks in return? You're just another pervert. Look in the mirror when you say that. You're the ones harassing this frail girl, forcing her to take perverted pictures. Have you no otaku pride? I'm a cameraman who frightens a sacred Miko is no cameraman at all. He's nothing but low-life scum, unfit to walk the holy streets of Akiba. What? Everyone's aiming for low-angle shots of cute 3D girls. Amateur cosplayers should take what they get. What they can, yeah, what they get. When you cosplay in Akiba, you're asking to get photographed. That's how it works. No, I'm a guy. Instantly, our jaws drop to the ground. So, there's no point in photographing me. Lukako murmured sadly. Really? No way. Someone this cute can't be a guy. I'm a guy. I even have an Adam's apple. Lukako lifted his chin a bit, exposing his pale neck. That gesture was really sexy, but there was indeed a lump on his neck. Isn't it possible for a girl to have an Adam's apple or no? I thought they could have, like, really small ones. Then you've got one down there, too. Oh, God. Lukako nodded reluctantly. He was already crying by that point. So were the cameramen. What the hell? This is fraud! What kind of guy wears Miko robes? You some kind of pervert? Thank God I didn't take a picture. I feel tricked. They left the place, mumbling complaints all the while. Those bastards were a disgrace to otaku everywhere. Daru would have said something like, someone this cute can't be a girl, so you're a trap? Awesome. Daru is the true otaku. Thank you very much. Nah, it's nothing. But you're disappointed that you saved the guy, aren't you? I'm sorry, I can't live up to your expectations. What's your name? Huh? Urushibara. Luca. Why are you apologizing? I mean, I look like this, but... Oh, God. Ugh. It matters not. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. We need to work on that inferiority complex of yours. Come with me. I shall bestow upon you a mighty gift, an item that will give you courage. I'm sure you, too, have noticed the true power that sleeps inside of you. What's wrong? You desire power, don't you? Power? Indeed. I can grant you power. All you need is the will, the desire, the hunger. Never again will you fear the camera lens. After that, we went to Blade Works and you bought me Samidare. I didn't expect that.
No.
Ah, well, I didn't expect he'd actually come with me. But when he did, I realized that he had potential. That's why I bought him the 980 yen tax-included demon sword. Afterwards, Lukaku and I went through intense training to develop the Seishin Zanma School of Swordsmanship. In retrospect, I can't believe I said all that ridiculous stuff. It makes me want to crawl into a hole and hide. I was really surprised when you said it didn't matter, but at the same time, it made me happy. So wait, that scene couldn't have played out like that in this world if she was a girl, right? Lukaku's cheeks turn rosy pink. Her blush is too powerful. I have to look away. Ever since you said those words, I've liked you. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn second. Is she saying what I think she's saying? But that Lukaku was a guy. Does that mean I made a guy Lukaku fall in love with me? Yes! My mind goes blank. Oh god. By the time I drop her off at the shrine, I'm worn out physically and mentally. We ended up walking 4 hours straight, which was tiring, but my mental exhaustion is greater. In the end, we didn't talk much. We just walked. Today was really fun. Really? She's just saying that out of consideration. I can tell that she's forcing her smile. All through the date, I couldn't stop thinking about the time Lukaku fell in love with me, so I barely made conversation at all. That manual was completely useless. On this world line, Lukaku was a girl from the beginning, so Lukaku's memories of when we first met might be inconsistent with mine. But even with that in consideration, Lukaku's story still felt out of place. So, Lukaku fidgets as she whispers. What is it? Well, tomorrow... Eh? She wants to go on a date again tomorrow? I mean, we are a couple, and we are going out, and that means we like each other, and it's summer break right now, so it's natural to go on a date every day. I want to be with Okabe-san again tomorrow. Thanks. Is that okay? Of course it is! Yes, of course! Thank goodness. Lukaku smiles again. She looks so happy and relieved. Seeing her like this makes incomprehensible feelings well up inside of me. Well, see you tomorrow. I feel a huge weight on my shoulders. Another date tomorrow. Tomorrow. Welcome back, Irene.
Die, you filthy normal.
When I return to the lab, I'm greeted by Mary's smile and Daru's pure hatred.
Since when does a Chunibu patient like you rate a girlfriend? It's not right, man.
How'd your date with Luka-chan go? Well, stage clear, somehow. Probably. Probably not, actually. Komima's the day after tomorrow, you know? What if you and Luka-chan go as a cosplay couple? Maybe you can persuade her to go, now that you're her boyfriend. She never says yes to me, and I've asked her so many times too. But if Ocarine asks her, then I'm sure she'll say, okay. I refuse. Why? Because Komima is on the 15th. Mayuri is fated to die that night. How am I supposed to spend the hours before her death cosplaying at Komima? To be honest, I don't get this dating thing. Just think about it. All you do is walk, eat, and go home. And the whole time you have to worry about what your partner is thinking. What's fun about that? Don't say that, Ocarine. You'll make Luka-chan sad. Mayuri's expression is uncharacteristically serious. You know, just being with the person she likes is enough to make a girl happy. That's all she really wants. Doesn't being together make boys happy too? If not, that makes Mayuri sad. Why would that make Mayuri sad?
Okarin's the minority. I mean, dates are a great opportunity for H scenes.
お前は実にバカだな。
You're an idiot.
Hold on! Holding hands and stuff's pretty H, isn't it? And when you're arm in arm and her boob hits your elbow...
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
Hey, when did Luka-chan fall for Ocarine? When? Well...
とてもびっくりしましたけど、そのことだから。
That was like 2 minutes ago. How did we go from our Yakuza Like a Dragon and Paranormacite era to this? I'm not sure. The stream sometimes acts in mysterious ways, Rosen. Thank you. We're reliving TMS era. TMS was kind of iconic, though. Stop the D-mail, please. You know what? Let's take a quick break. I'm actually, like, kind of wanting a little coffee. Is that crazy to drink coffee at 8 p.m.? Maybe. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to because I don't want it to keep me up tonight. But it might not. Oh, I don't know. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Be right back.
It's tea time!
Yes.
Why, hello there. Okay. We are gonna make it. We are gonna be fine. I have coffee. Okay. I remember back when you announced that you were going to play Steins Gate, I was pretty surprised. This didn't really seem up your alley, and now you understand our warnings about how aggressively anime it is. I mean, yeah, here's the thing. I knew Steins Gate was a popular thing. I didn't know that more people had seen the anime rather than played the game. I will give most things a try. And I'm not even going to say that I fully dislike this. There are just definitely things that I do not like. It's fine. We're going to get through it. I'm not quitting it. Let's make the most out of what it is. But yeah, I definitely have some grievances with this game. I'd also, I mean, I had warnings about Danganronpa, about it not being up my alley, and I ended up obsessively loving it. AI Somnium Files, another one that was very anime, possibly not up my alley. I liked it. It wasn't incredible, but I liked it. I remember when Fail first mentioned the Zero Escape games back in, like, 2020. Like, here's the thing. Like, Steins Gate is... What I like about visual novels are complex, mysterious plots. Steins Gate does, at its core, it has an interesting idea. However, like, getting to the climax took a long time, and, like, when we were there, it was like, oh shit. And then it petered off a little into the weird, like, time loop thing, and now it's just kind of diverted into, like, harem simulator. Like, I'm waiting for each route to just be... This is the route where you date Lukaku, and Okabe falls in love with Lukaku. We just played the route where you do the exact same thing with Ferris. We kinda did that with Suzuha, although to a far lesser degree. Suzuha's route was leagues ahead of Ferris's route and this route. I worry that the Kurisu and Mayuri routes are just gonna be... harem. So, yeah, that's like where I'm at with the way the game currently is. But, like I said, we're still gonna keep going. We got this. It's okay. Okay. Every VN before modern times is a harem simulator at its core. I think it can work, but this level of... to this extent is not something I'm personally gelling with. I think back on what she said. Something still feels off about her story. I said that Luca's gender didn't matter. I remember that clearly. I didn't say that because Lukaku... Didn't I say that because Lukaku was a guy? Right. It doesn't make sense. Now I know what feels out of place. I wouldn't have said that to female Lukaku, so why does this Lukaku remember what I said back then? Because he's having a Ferris moment. I recall what happened with Ferris.
フェイリスが10年前に死んだパパを生き返らせることに。
Ferris regained her memories from before she sent the D-mail. Could Lukaku too have remembered the previous world line where she was a guy? That would explain everything. However, she remembers that event, and she said she liked me for it, so did Lukaku like me even when she was a guy? The fact that he's so hung up about this is, like, driving me insane. I think I need to check this out. The next morning, I head to the shrine to meet with Lukaku. She's already waiting in the courtyard. When she sees me, she smiles and waves her hand. Too cute. Must resist. Good morning. Morning. Hey, Fail. Fail, I hope you caught up on the Engage VOD. That run is going strong. Oh dear lord, you are still playing this? Yeah. I'm in the cringe chapter, and I'm cringing. I'm actively cringing really bad. Before that. Yes? I make up my mind and throw out the question. Do you have any memories of when you were a guy? Lukaku twitches for a moment, and then she hangs her head. I did. I caught up the Engage ending, then to catch up on the JPH finale. Oh, it was a finale today? I like the voting madness. Me too. It's been very funny. Of Alan Wake 2 starts tomorrow? Wait, did you tell me what that is again? I think I forgot already. Of Alan Wake? That's such a weird name for a game. I hope he's enjoying it. I haven't caught a JPH stream in a while. I miss him. It's like a spooky shooter. Oh. No, I don't. Really? Lukaku just nods stiffly. I consider a more forceful approach, but the words of that dating manual blaze inside my head. Whatever you do, don't make the girl sad. You might get dumped. Don't worry, the next chapter is when it gets really bad. No, that can't be true. This chapter has been a low for me. Which unfortunately seems to be a common occurrence with Steins Gate. Let me just put it this way. Steins Gate made Rosen apologize for how he treated Digimon Survive. It's not a well, it's a black hole. If I get dumped, then what will happen to our 4-day agreement? So, when do we get the mother's pager numbered? Isn't that the whole reason we're doing this? Like, what, shouldn't you be... Not gonna lie, I'd rather relive Cold Steel 2. ZTD was bad, but funny. Yeah, thank you, Storytime. I'm also along for the ride. Survive was okay and boring. This one is boring and bad. Yeah, I will say, okay, I've been trying to be nice about this game. Chat has been savage tonight. Rosen apologized for Digimon Survive. Quinn literally said, fuck this, I'm out. Twice was like, we'll play a good game eventually. Even Storytime's like, throwing it under the Cold Steel 2 bus. Enduring this with you and Rosen is my penance for not being here for Cold Steel. Cold Steel had amazing memes, story time. It had amazing memes. I wouldn't know your run, but I saw the first half by JPH and then the second half of Morbid Curiosity.
Yay!
And it gets worse. I mean, I'm sure it gets better. I am not being a hater. I am a gaming critic though. So I will talk about things while the game goes on. But we will finish the game and I will try my best always to not openly hate on the game. However, if at any moment the main character forces himself on an underage person against their will, I will turn the game off and it will never get turned back on again. That is my make or break here. We've been close to that happening numerous times. Booty! Thank you for the 30 months.
Slay.
Slay. To you as well. Happy Thursday. I'm playing this cursed visual novel tonight. Please send help. I'm accepting help in the form of hugs. What if they are not underage? Fail. Every time he's like, how could Lukaku have liked me if he's a guy? It is really not that complex. If only I could help you. This is a thing. Yeah. It's a menace. We're doing our best. I'm drinking coffee at 8:30 at night because we are going to get more progress done. I swear to God. At least for the first half of stream today, we did Final Fantasy IX, and then my retro capture card made the stream crash, surprising no one. So yeah, this is making you appreciate ZTD. ZTD is one of those games that, in hindsight, it was better than playing it firsthand. Like, in hindsight. ZTD is like a stream crash in 2023. Yeah, my capture card, I have to use a different capture card for the resolution for when I stream off my PS2. So, for whatever reason, every time I use that capture card, my stream software crashes about 4 hours into stream. So, I need to get on the help support line tomorrow morning with XSplit and ask them if they can fix it. There were a million memes and clips from ZTD, I know. And part of it was because I used to get shit-faced while streaming it. They probably can fix it, but will they is truly the better question. They can. This actually used to happen to my stream a year or so ago. It was just crashing all the time. 2-hour sessions, 1-hour sessions. Like, I was at my wit's end with it, and I went to their help team, and I was like, you guys, what is going on here? And I had to send them, like, a file that logged all the activity, and they gave me some tweaked version to use, and that fixed the problem. But now I have it happening specifically when I use this one capture card, so at least I have information going into it, and maybe it's something they've seen before. If not, maybe they can fix it like they did last time. So yeah. Lukaku might refuse to turn back into a guy. No, Lukako's not like that. Mayuri's life hangs in the balance, so I'm sure no matter what I say, she'll turn back. Or is it naive of me to think that? Either way, even though I'm doing this to save Mayuri, I can't just trample on Lukako's pure maidenly heart. Oh no, fail. Neither one of us speaks. Mutual distrust, suspicion, discomfort. One word could shatter our temporary relationship. Lukaku is the first to break the suffocating silence. I'm sorry. Let's cancel today's date. Lukaku bows her head and goes into the shrine office. I hurt her. I feel guilty, but at the same time, relieved. I hate myself for it. Instead of returning to the lab, I stand on the bridge in front of the station and gaze blankly at the stream of people. Ferris might be visiting the lab. Ferris was at the lab on this day when I first came to this world line. My actions shouldn't have influenced Mayuri's, so she should have called Ferris over to show her her costumes. Right now, I don't want to see anybody. I need to think. Mute the game and play this instead. Hold on, I'm getting an ad. You just want a lullaby, Fail. I know exactly what this is. I was already falling asleep, yeah. But try as I might, no ideas come. No solutions. Lukaku agreed to go back to being a guy if I went out with her for a time. I've stayed faithful to that, so... Faithful? How? I just made a huge mistake back there. I've done nothing but make Lukaku sad. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 15th, the day Komima opens. The day Mayuri dies. At the very least, I need to make our relationship last until that evening. Tomorrow is the end. I'm not confident I can show Lukaku a fun time. Alright, so instead of fussing over a date, I'll just try something that won't make Lukaku sad. Hey, Dammy. What's up? The next morning, after Mayuri and Daru have left for Ariake, I head to the shrine to pick up Lukaku. We hop on the train at Akiba Station. When she looks askance at me, I tell her we're going to see Mayuri. Today, it won't just be the two of us. I don't know what to say when we're alone. I'm afraid I'll just hurt her again. It's time to try something different. When we get off the train at Tokyo Big Sight, Lukaku stares in wonder at the scene spread before her. People, people, people. People as far as the eye can see. Welcome to Komima, the Otaku Festival. It's the first day, so Big Sight's more crowded than usual. This is my plan. Take Lukaku to Komima. I'm not making her cosplay, of course. Lukaku wouldn't even do it at Mayuri's request. And I don't want to force her to doing things she doesn't want to. We're just here to look and have fun. The first order of business is to hook up with Mayuri and Daru. Those two live and breathe Komima, so I'm sure they'll have a lot to talk about. Alright, Fail. Have a good night. If we do a stream tomorrow, it should be Engage. I'm toying with the idea, because usually we do like the 12 to 5 tomorrow. I'm not sure if we will be streaming tomorrow, but if we do, it will be Engage. Conversation will flow and I'll be off the hook. How wonderful to have friends you could count on. Of course, bringing a date to Komima is a surefire way to earn myself the hatred of otaku everywhere. But no matter, I'll endure their contempt if that's what it takes to make Lukaku happy. So resolved, I strike out through the crowd towards our designated rendezvous point. Lukaku, clearly overwhelmed by the sheer number of people, struggles to follow behind. You missed most of it, probably. No worries, either way. This is why we have VODs. Near the edge of the parking lot, I see the petite Mayuri wave her hands high. There aren't as many people here.
コミマにようこそ、ルカちゃん。
Welcome to Komima, Luka-chan. Yeah, it's my first time coming here, but it's amazing.
ゆっくりしていってね。
Take it easy.
ダルは
Where's Daru?
あのね、ダル君。
Daru-kun's in line for promo goods. He couldn't come. He said maybe he'll join us later if he survives the battle. Damn, that means he won't join us. He won't join up with us for at least another hour. Couldn't he forego the battle just this once? Lukako's eyes dart from place to place. She's clearly comfortable in the chaotic atmosphere. There's still some awkwardness between us after what happened yesterday. Even on the train ride, we barely spoke to each other. Because there's nothing to her. What's the point in being a couple if it turns out like this? It was easier to talk when we weren't supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Lukako seemed to enjoy herself more too. Was it a mistake to bring her to Komima? Well, Lukako didn't refuse. Even when I told her we were going to Komima, she just nodded obediently.
今日はマユシーが会場を案内してあげるよ。
Mayushi will show you around. Okay. There's lots of people, so we've gotta be careful.
まずはコスプレ
First, we'll go to the cosplay area. Then we'll go inside. Mary's more cheerful than usual. She must be happy to have us here.
二人とも何か
Hey, is there anything you guys want to see? Welcome to today's episode of me doing stupid things. I just spent $15 to Uber Eats myself a Baja Blast. Well, did you at least get tacos with it? Tacos sound pretty good, not gonna lie. Booty. $15 for a Baja Blast. You must really like it. It's snowing and I didn't want to get back in the car. That's fair. You're in, Montana? Question mark? I think you said Wyoming. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe don't risk it in the snow. I left Montana yesterday. Oh, okay. So I didn't make that up. At least tell me it was a 2-liter bottle and not just a cup. I mean, if it's at Taco Bell, their cups are like enormous. You're basically drinking a gallon. Oh, Kevin, you seem to have a visitor. Careful, you might knock off your pad. Hey, is there anything you guys want to see?
ルカコ
Lukako, is there anything you want to see?
いえ
No. Lukako shakes her head.
よくわからない
It's my first time, so if Okabe-san wants to see something, I'll go see it.
俺は別に
I'm not particularly interested in anything. Lukako looks unhappy. Crap. I shouldn't have answered like that.
ねえねえルカちゃん
Hey, Luka-chan, if you come to the cosplay area, I'm sure you'll change your mind about cosplaying. Mayuri talks happily to Lukako. I'm glad I chose to rely on this ditz who can't read the mood.
恥ずかしいとかそういうの
It's not embarrassing at all, see? Because everyone's having fun.
マユシーのコスを着て
Kaede-chan and Fubuki-chan are there wearing Mayushi's costumes. I'll introduce you, okay?
でね
You should come tomorrow too. I'll bring costumes for you and we can cosplay
コ
together.
スも用意しておくからオカリンにはね
I think Ocarine would be the perfect fit as Zero Sum from Code Geass. Storytime help!
オカリンが一緒ならねルカ
You'll cosplay if Ocarine does it with you, right, Luka-chan?
どうかな。
You will, won't you? Mayushi thinks it's a great idea. I never watched Code Geass. I should. Not a chance. Sorry. No, it's not good. No way. Mayuri slumps her shoulders in disappointment. It's aged about as well as this game has. Oh no. Is it a harem? In the end, Lukaku and I got fed up with the amount of people and left Ariake early. We took the direct shuttle bus to Akiba that only runs during Komima, but it was so cramped inside, I thought I was gonna die. Code Geass and Death Note are two anime I could not get into. Oh, we liked Death Note. We watched Death Note like 6 years ago, though. It's like the time loop arc was an entire show, but without the time travel. What? So the Sub-Zerus Festival. By the time we get back to Akiba, Lukaku and I are exhausted. My feet feel like blocks of lead, and I don't have the energy to even attempt conversation. The two of us schlep back to the shrine without speaking a word, like Spanish monks under a vow of silence. Silence, even. Lukaku doesn't raise a single complaint, but taking her to Komima was obviously a mistake. Lukaku's expression has been stiff ever since we met up with Mayuri. She's still traumatized by the otaku. The first time I met Lukaku, he was being harassed by otaku. Maybe they left a bad impression. We don't talk. We spend most of the day shoulder to shoulder with strangers. I can probably count on my fingers the words I directly said to Lukaku today. When we arrive at the shrine, our time as a couple will end. So this is our last chance to talk as boyfriend and girlfriend. But I'm confused. What should I talk about? I try thinking about things we have in common. The demon sword, Samidare. The Seishin Zanma School of Swordsmanship. But Karisu said to avoid Chunibu topics, and the dating manual concurred. What else is there? It finally dawns on me. There's nothing else Lukaku and I share. Silence dominates the shrine. The silence should be calming, but it's not. I've safely escorted Lukaku home. Mayuri's death is just 3 hours away. The temporary relationship between me and Lukaku ends here. Now I just need Lukaku to give me her mother's pager number. However, is it really okay to end it like this? In the end, what have I done for Lukaku? I haven't done squat, have I? All I've done is hurt her. Suddenly, Lukaku starts sobbing. She covers her mouth with both hands and can't stop the tears pouring out of her eyes. Lukaku. When I approach her, she pulls back. Lukaku wipes the corners of her eyes, but the tears keep flowing, forming a glistening line down each cheek. I'm speechless. I have no idea what to do. A girl is crying before my eyes. It's my duty as a man to comfort her. I know that, and yet no words come. I just stand there like a useless statue. The cause of Lukaku's tears is undoubtedly me. I didn't treat her as right as my girlfriend, even if it was only a temporary arrangement. And now it ends with me watching as Lukaku cries. Lukaku, I'm the one that did this to her. I'm the cause of the grief. Let's relive the last 4 days and do it right. That's where this fucking game is going. Thank you very much. Lukaku thanks me and bows her head. She lifts her head and smiles shyly through her tears. I was really happy that we could be together. That's a lie. I'm glad I fell in love with you. That has to be a lie. To my surprise, Lukaku takes my hand in hers. Her hand is very warm and delicate. This is the first time I've touched her since we became a couple, and it will be my last. Lukaku places a note in my hand, and then she pulls away. She bows her head again. Bye now. Lukaku turns her back to me, then disappears into the shrine office. I look at the note. There's a number written here. Probably her mother's pager number. She kept her promise, but I didn't keep mine. I can't let it end like this. I run full speed back to the lab, ignoring Kurisu's calls to stop. I slap on the headgear and leap to the past. Here we fucking go! Hi, Diamond. We're being boyfriend and girlfriend with Lukako-chan. I regain consciousness in front of Akihabara Station. Lukako's next to me. We're about to board the train for Komima. Lukako looks a little anxious, but she doesn't raise a single complaint. The shuttle bus pulls up. The huge line of people begins to move in. We can't go to Komima like this. Shaking off my time leap-induced vertigo, I take Lukako by the hand. Come on. Once we get out of the line, I let go of Lukako's hand and start walking. Okabe-san, the bus is here. We're not going to Komima. Huh? This time, we're doing things my way. Okabe-san, where are we going? Okabe-san? I keep walking with Lukako's hand in mine, ignoring everything else. Lukako looks bewildered at first, but eventually she says no more and just starts following me with a sad expression. We arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, a place devoid of visitors, and an aura of peace and dignity dominates, where the cries of cicadas resound. Lukako's home. Finally, I turn to face Lukako. Instead of letting go, I grasp her warm hand even tighter than before. Perhaps it's the heat, or perhaps it's our nervousness, but our hands are damp with sweat. Still, I don't let go. Lukako's hanging her head. She might cry at any moment. This means our relationship is over, doesn't it? Her lips tremble, her voice trembles. I summon my resolve and answer her with a laugh. Heh, what are you talking about? I know, it's like gross. Our couple phase isn't over yet. I strike a pose and mimic a line from the popular card battling anime. While I witnessed Mayuri's death, this is how I acted all the time, until... Now, it takes some effort, but I still have it in me. But... Weren't you listening? This time we're doing things my way. Now, my disciple, bring forth the demon sword Samidari. The wind blows. The tree growing over the main building rustles its leaves in response. Lukako looks at me blankly. Tears form in the corners of her eyes. What? Isn't it obvious? It's time to continue your training in the Seishin Zanma School of Swordsmanship. I'm training. Have you already forgotten what I taught you? No, but Oka... It's Kyoma. Have you forgotten my true name, Lukako? I am the insane mad scientist, Ho-Oin Kyoma. Swallowing my embarrassment, I strike another pose. I was so caught up in the question of your gender that I lost sight of our true relationship. But now I finally realize the truth. Our relationship was decided from the very beginning. Decided? How? I may be a man and you may be a woman, but our temporary relationship as a couple... I take a deep breath. I gently comb my fingers through Lukako's hair. I twist my lips into a grin. Matters not! I am I. Lukako is Lukako. And Lukako is my disciple. As I gently stroke her hair, Lukako puts her warm hand on top of mine and sweats on it. The tears collected in the corners of her eyes suddenly fall. I added the sweat part, Kevin, alright? Not them showcasing Ezra, Kevin. I don't have him.
He gets pushed up with that skill.
My goodness, that's pretty good. Yes, of course, Okabe. I mean, Kyoma-san is my master. Well said. Now, Lukako, bring forth Samidari. I had once... Just a moment. I'll be right back. Please stay here, okay?
どこにも行かないさ。
I'm not going anywhere, so
だ
hurry.
から早く行くんだ。
Lukako reluctantly lets go of my hand, shyly turns away from me, and heads to the shrine office. We spend 4 hours training, just like we used to. Why did they have to make the cicada noises so aggressive? Alright. Practice swings with the demon sword. Stories of the sword's history. Lectures on the intricacies of Seishin Zanma's swordsmanship. All fabricated by my Chunibyu delusions. I talk, Lukako, dressed in her Miko robes, listens with rapt attention. Occasionally we take break, sit on the shrine stairway, and eat sweet rice balls Lukako's mother brings us. That Japanese summer immersion. And that's how we spend an extraordinarily ordinary 4 hours.
よし。
Alright, that's it for today.
ここまで。
Lukako lowers her stance and slowly sheaths the demon sword, Samidare. She looks so beautiful and majestic standing there in the flowing white robes, sword shining in her hands. I find myself mesmerized once again. Lukako bows, snapping me out of it.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
ちょっとだけ。
I think I got a little stronger.
謙遜しない。
No need for humility. Today, you mastered one of the Seishin Zanma style's secrets. Type 32 Cherry Bomb.
だが過信はする。
But don't get cocky, for you are still weak. Yes, sir. I want to learn even more from you. The breeze feels nice after the sweat we worked up. We savor our comfortable fatigue as we drink the barley tea Lukako's mother brought for us.
久しぶりに京馬さんに
It sounds like a technique Green Schwarzer would know.
します。
Second form, Gale! I feel like it's been a long time since you last taught me, Kyoma-san.
ここ何日か。
For the last few days, my mind has been under the dread influence of the foul grimoire known as the Manual.
だがもう完全に
But I fully recovered, do not worry.
よかった。
Thank goodness, you're back to your old self.
京馬さんが
Lukako answers happily. And then her expression turns serious, as if she's made up her mind about something.
あの 昨日
Yesterday, you asked me if I had any memories about when I was a guy. Oh, yeah. Lukako looks away. I see her hands fidgeting in her lap. Finally, with trembling lips, she speaks. I do remember. Here we go again. No surprise. I expect she'd remember after what I experienced with Ferris.
覚えているというか
I remember, actually, how should I say it?
とても
It's a very transient feeling.
儚い。
Transient.
はっきり思い出したわけじゃなく
I can't clearly remember it, but at the bottom of my sea of memories, well, in my head, Then Lukako starts pawing at the air above and to the right of her head.
この辺に
It feels like it's around here somewhere.
感じです
I don't really get it.
とにかく
Anyway, you remember?
覚えてる。
Lukako nods.
すみません
I'm sorry I lied yesterday. Don't worry about it. You should be proud to have fooled the great Hoin Kyoma.
欺いたのだから。
そのおかげで
So, because I remembered, I knew Mom's pager number without having to ask. She takes out a piece of paper upon which is written the number.
今日は
I was going to give it to you no matter how things turned out today.
それから
And one more thing. One more thing?
記憶のこと
I don't know if it's related to my memories, but
古いパソコンの
it's about that old computer. Now that I didn't expect. The IBM 5100?
はい
Yes, I think so.
多分
True, Lukako did seem like she knew something about the IBM 5100. Plus, Luca's dad confirmed that it was here at the shrine. And then one day, it suddenly disappeared. Does Lukako know where it is now?
それが事実なの。
If that's true, Lukako, then you might not have to turn back into a guy. But Lukako faintly shakes her head.
それは
I don't think it's that easy. But why not? How's Luca's chapter going? I've missed a lot of it, but I'm moderately worried about how this game's writing would handle this. Yeah, it's not, he spent a lot of the chapter being, like, Lukaku can't love me because Lukaku's a guy. And then he was super rotten and awful to her, and she kept crying because she's annoying. And right when Lukaku is upset with us and gives us the number to the pager so we can undo the D-mail, Okabe time leaps earlier in the day to do things right, and that's what we just did. Even though them doing things right, quote-unquote, was him just being, like, psycho-delusional Hoin Kyoma and forcing Lukaku to do a bunch of shit with the sword. It's all really weird. They also had, like, a date at Lukaku's house, but the mom was there. I'm back from 5 nights at Freddy's. Hi, Thomas. But why not? Lukaku grips my hand. Please come with me. I'll show you. This is the first interesting thing that's happened to all Steins Gate stream. I'm actually very intrigued again. But it's taken 2.5 hours to get here. Oh, yeah, right. Traditional values, yes. Lukaku's no longer crying. In the fading sunlight, her eyes shine with firm resolve. I don't plan on watching it, but thanks. She brings me to Daibiru. I look up at the huge, towering building. The IBN 5100 is here? Not there. Lukaku faces away from Daibiru and points to a coin locker tucked in a narrow alley. Oh no. And yeah, I was gonna say there's babies in there. I know for a fact there's not just one baby either. Oh god, I'm remembering the feels I had during Yakuza. Okay. Anyways. It happened last year, just before New Year's. Lukaku walks up to the coin locker as she talks. The computer was at our shrine until then. Until New Year's. That's a contradiction. It was only 2 weeks ago that I found the IBN 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine, which means I really haven't returned to the original timeline. It was just as good the second time after finishing it yourself. Yeah. Such a good story. Such a good story. And fun gameplay. It's all my fault. I was helping out at the shrine, sweeping the storehouses when I broke it by accident. You broke it? Yeah. Kiryu is the main character, right? That's nice. That's very nice. In my opinion, humbly. You broke it? Lukaku nods. But I thought Dad would get mad at me if he found it, so I brought it here and hid it in the coin locker. It must have been tough bringing it all the way out here. That thing weighs a ton. I used a pushcart from home. It broke too. Even so, it must have been hard to get it here with just a pushcart. Maybe she was running on adrenaline. When I heard Kyoma-san was searching for it, I was really surprised. I know I should have told you the truth, but I thought you'd hate me for it, and I couldn't say anything. Nonsense. I wouldn't hate you for that. No matter what, you're still my disciple. I know. Lukaku takes the locker key out of her pocket. It's already been more than half a year, so the management probably took it away. Half a year. I guess it's hopeless then. This locker charges 200 yen per day. Normally, if a coin locker goes unpaid for more than a few days, the management retrieves its contents. And if the owner doesn't claim it within a month, it's usually thrown away. Meaning the IBN 5100 is already Lukaku goes to a large locker at the end of the row, inserts the key, and tries the lock. Ah, it's not locked.
確定だな。
I guess that settles it. Sure enough, Lukaku opens the door to reveal an empty locker.
すみません。
Sorry. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's no point in retrieving a broken IBN 5100. But I don't tell her that.
お前が責任を感
It's
じ
not your fault.
俺が。
I'm the one who messed with the timeline. Everything that happens is my fault.
京馬さん。
Kyoma-san. That's why I must bear the burden. Mayuri's pain, Suzuha's pain, Ferris's pain, and now Lukaku's pain. Something occurs to me. What if I send a D-mail telling Lukaku not to sweep the storehouse? How would that change the world line? The IBN 5100s would stay at Yanabayashi Shrine, ready for me to retrieve in August, just as planned. Part of me wants to try sending that D-mail. If it works, Lukaku could stay a girl. No, I mustn't give in to the temptation. I'm just gonna review this real quick in the guide. Hold on. When you are prompted to call the phone wave, save your game and do not overwrite it. If you choose not to call, you will reach Luca's ending, after which you can load back. Okay. Got it. So same deal as Ferris. My goal is to restore the world line, not warp it further. Fix the past to save Mayuri. That is my mission. There's something strange about my memories.
奇妙。
Strange? How?
僕の記憶の中
Inside my mind, there are two memories that old computer
二つの
about that old computer mixed together.
一つは
The first is the memory of me breaking it. The other has no memory of it at all.
男だった僕
Oh,
は
I hate when I get memories of not remembering something.
倉庫の掃除の代わ
The
りに
male me didn't break the computer. He swept the main shrine instead of the storehouse. So Lukaku swept the storehouse because she became a girl. Because she swept the storehouse, she broke the IBN 5100 and deposited it into this coin locker. As a result, the IBN 5100 will never reach me. Is this the butterfly effect?
やっぱり
So there's no choice. I have to go back to being a guy.
方法はないみたいです
There's no longer any doubt in her eyes. There's no choice. She knows it as well as I. We return empty-handed to Yanabayashi Shrine, which is dyed scarlet by the setting sun. Lukaku lets go of my hand after we arrive. We spend the whole walk hand in hand. She turns to me. Oh god, is it time for a cringe CG art? So this is goodbye.
ああ。
Yeah.
京馬さんと知り
I'm really happy that I could train with you again. She smiles shyly again, but her cheeks are dyed pink. I can tell she's desperately holding back tears, but those tears hold a different meaning than the ones I saw before I time leaped. At least, I'd like to think so.
俺はお前に
I didn't really do anything boyfriend-like for you, did I?
何もしてやる。
そんなことは
That doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right.
そうだっ
I'm sincerely relieved. Because Lukaku smiled for me.
まゆりちゃんのこと
Please, save Mayuri-chan.
まゆりちゃんは
Mayuri-chan is really important to me.
た。ルカ子。
Lukaku.
あの
Please go already. If you don't, I might cry.
だから
So please,
今日まで
thank you for everything. And this is when I use that phrase, right?
と
El Sai Kongli.
コングルーだ。
It's Kongru. I found myself smiling. Lukaku forces a smile too. El Sai Kongru.
さいコンクリート
She bows deeply. She doesn't raise her head. And then she retrieves a Rynet deck. Boom! And the game is done. A sign for me to go already. I turn back to the archway at the shrine's entrance. My feet are heavy. They won't advance. I stop in front of the stairs. I take out my phone.
もしもし岡部
Okabe, Mayuri called. She was mad. You stood her up on your promise to go to
ク
Komima.
リスティーナ。
Christina, I need you to enter a number into the phone wave named subject to change.
何よ
What? Explain yourself.
いいから。
Please, just do it. I'm sending a D-mail. I hear a sigh on the other end of the phone.
D メールを。
Okay, hold on. Let's make our save. It's gonna go here. I'm only saving separately from this because this also had a choice to make a call and we didn't. And I'm wondering if that has some implication, although I don't think I care enough. But let's just do it.
番号は
The number is... I tell her Lukaku's mother's pager number with another string of numbers attached. *2 229 298 318 312 929 318 312 Meat, veg, meat, veg. When she sees this, Lukaku's mother will probably think it's a prank, and then she'll assume the D-mail we sent earlier was also a prank. If that still doesn't change the world line, we can just try something else. Pagers in 1992 didn't display the sender's number. Lukaku's mother won't know who sent it. I already told Kurisu the timer setting. Everything is ready. I hang up once I confirm that this 42-inch CRT is on. Now I just need to call a phone wave named subject to change. Then the world line will change. Lukaku will turn back into a guy. Her memories will disappear. Mayuri won't die today. However, I hesitate to open my address book. My thoughts turn to Lukaku, who is probably still watching behind me. If I turn around, what will I see on her face? I want to check, but I don't think she'd want that. Lukaku finally smiled for me today, but I still have lingering reservations inside. This time, I'm about to sacrifice Lukaku's memories. The memories of the 17 years she lived as a girl on this world line. The memories of her parents who rejoiced when their daughter was born. I'm about to erase all of that. But if I don't, I will be rejecting the 17 years Lukaku lived as a guy. I will be rejecting the memories of his parents who rejoiced when their son was born. Even so, is it okay to turn Lukaku back into a guy? I'm lost and cannot take another step. I've sacrificed the memories of two friends already. The sight of their tears is burned into my mind. Something soft presses against my back. Lukaku has embraced me from behind. I hear faint sobbing. What expression is she making now? Without even looking, I can tell. I really don't want to change back. Her words are like needles stabbing into my heart. Because if I change back into a guy, I'll have to hide my feelings for you. Oh, that's sad. It would be wrong for me to love you if I'm a guy. Eh! I have nothing against homosexuals. Okay, well, at least that got said. But unfortunately, I am heterosexual. I won't be able to answer Lukaku's feelings if he's a guy. My memories of today will vanish too, won't they? That we held hands and walked together. That we trained together after such a long time. That I'm touching Okabe-san's body right now. I don't want to forget. I don't. Because I love you. I love you, Okabe-san. I want to save Mayuri-chan too. And I understand there's no other way, but it still hurts. At the very least, I want to keep my memories of today. If I'd known it would hurt this much, then I never would have wished to become a girl in the first place. Lukaku. I'm sorry, I know that doesn't matter to you, right? Even as a guy, you're still Lukaku to me. That won't change. Yes, it makes me happy to hear you say that. Okabe-san, please send the email. Please send it quickly. If you let me feel your warmth any longer, I might even say worse things. I can't hold back my feelings anymore. Lukaku. Is it really okay? Okabe-san, please. I'm about to sacrifice someone again. Is it my place to make that decision? My fingers tremble around my phone. But Lukaku embraces those trembling fingers with her own. Will you remember me? Yes. With just one call to the phone wave, named subject to change, I can send a message to Luka's mother's pager. Will you remember me as a girl? Yes. If I make the call? Will you remember these 4 short days we were together? Yes. No, I can't do it! Okabe-san, why? I can't do it anymore. I can't sacrifice anyone else's memories. I've already trampled on Suzuha and Ferris's memories. I turned a blind eye to their suffering, all the while telling myself it was to save Mayuri. I justified it by telling myself I would carry their burdens, But that was just a convenient excuse. I don't have the right. I fall to my knees, unable to stand. The only way to save Mayuri is to send this email. There's no alternative. Even so, I don't have the right to erase Lukako's entire life as a girl. I can't do such an arrogant thing. More than anything, I don't want to lose the Lukaku beside me right now. Okabe-san. Mayuri can't be saved. Mayuri's death is fate. No matter how many world lines I cross, convergence will occur. No. Mayuri will die no matter what. I'm tired of it all. Mayuri, I'm sorry. So, in Lukaku's ending, he just snaps. My ego wasn't strong enough to sacrifice everything for your sake. Trans rights. The first day of Komima has ended. A few otaku warriors linger to check out their spoils before beginning the odyssey home. Otherwise, Ariake is silent and still, as if the crowd Lukaku when I saw this afternoon was a lie. Komima runs for 3 days straight and it already feels like the end of a festival. Of course, this silence is just for tonight. Tomorrow, people will come and fill the spacious promenade once again. My hand clutches at my chest. Mayuri will die in less than an hour. I'm not ready. Even so, I want to be with her in her final moments. I won't let her leave this world alone. That's why I came here right after leaving the shrine. She should still be around Ariake somewhere. I contacted both Mayuri and Daru by mail. If they're still in Ariake, they should be here any minute now. Is this really okay? Kako. She doesn't have to say it. I know exactly what she means. There's only one thing I can say. This is my choice. You don't have to worry about a thing. I know that mail won't be enough to stop Lukaku from blaming herself, but I have to send it all the same, if only to strengthen my own resolve. Memories from this morning rise unburdened? I'm not sure what that said. Mayuri stopped by the lab on the way to Komima. I was dozing on the couch. Suddenly the darkness was burned away by light. Squinting against the fluorescent radiance, I raised my head to see who had entered. Sorry, Ocarine, did I wake you up? Mayuri was there, lugging a suitcase. No, I wasn't really asleep. I'd been up all night trying to solve the problem of my first date with Lukaku. You're pretty early, Mayuri. Breakfast. She took a sandwich and some potato salad from her convenience store bag. Are you going to Komima now? Yeah, Daru-kun already left on the first bus. Oh. Hey, Ocarine, where'd you go with Luka-chan yesterday? Did you have a fun date? You know, Luka-chan hasn't replied to my mail since yesterday. You emailed Lukaku? Yeah, Mayushi's a little worried, you know. The day before Lukaku burst into tears, barely 5 minutes after we met up. Then we parted ways. That's why I couldn't give Mayuri an answer. Did you make Luka-chan cry again? That would make Mayushi sad. Sad? Sad Luka-chan is Mayushi's friend. It was Mayuri's last day... Oh, it was Mayuri's last day alive. And also Lukaku's last day together with me. I asked myself, could I really let it end with both of them sad? Let it end? What right did I have to make that decision? And then, as if to rely on Mayuri, I began to tell her my new plan. Are you going to be at Komima all day? Yeah, why? Is it okay if I bring Lukaku? Really? Of course it's okay. Mayuri smiled happily, took some milk out of the refrigerator to wash down the sandwich, and began to enjoy her breakfast. You tried asking Lukaku to cosplay, right? How'd it go? Well, I couldn't convince her. I don't want to force her, you know. That would make her hate cosplay. So basically, she gave up. But, you know, it might be a good idea to bring Luka-chan to Komima. You think maybe if she saw other cosplayers having fun, Luka-chan might give it a try too? Do you think we could get her to cosplay at next Komima? I wonder. That would be nice. Hey, will you really bring Luka-chan over today? Yeah. Will you come too and look at costumes Mayushi maid?
そういうことになる。
Yes, I will. That would make me happy. Mary packed her costumes into the suitcase. Well, gotta get going. Be sure to come, okay? I'll be waiting. I'll show you all the best stuff, so you'll want to come tomorrow, too. I could hear my teeth grinding. I knew that whether Mayuri would get to see tomorrow depended entirely on my actions. If this day had gone as planned, my status as Lukako's temporary boyfriend would have come to a close. Lukako would have gone back to being a guy. Mayuri would survive the night. She would go to Kamima tomorrow without a care in the world. Instead, I'm throwing her away for literally no reason. Oh, Karine, something wrong? Mayuri looked at me quizzically. She's always been sensitive to changes in my demeanor. So I put on a smile and respond as Hoin Kyoma. Nothing's wrong, just thinking of ways to defeat the organization. Let's meet in Ariake in the afternoon. Okay, I'll be waiting. Mayuri didn't leave right away. She just stood there in front of the door looking at me. Mayushi's always here when you need to talk to her, okay? Mayuri. I'm off. Mayuri cheerfully flew out the door, suitcase in hand, like the white rabbit in Wonderland. The sound of her footsteps gradually faded away. Now, alone, I took a deep breath. The time limit was 13 hours after that point in time. In those 13 hours, I was to return Lukako to manhood. I thought I had to change her back, but now... Okarine? A voice calls to me from behind. There's Mayuri dragging her suitcase. Daru isn't with her. She's probably upset. After all, I completely stood her up on the promise we made this morning. You came, but you're late. Mayushi was waiting. I was really lonely. Sorry. I can't look Mayuri in the eye. As Mayuri was waiting in vain, I was making the worst possible decision for her. I chose to not turn Lukako back. I chose to not save Mayuri. This ending is just gonna be shit. No, let's not beat around the bush. I chose to let her die. It's not that I don't want to save her. I do. But I can't bring myself to make the necessary sacrifice. Where's Luka-chan? She's not coming. Did you make her cry again? No. My thoughts are a jumble. Her every word seems an accusation. Of course, I know that's not her intent, even if she knew what I had done. This innocent childhood friend of mine doesn't have a bitter bone in her body. It's my guilty conscience changing Mayuri's words into swords stabbing straight through the heart. But even so, I can no longer change the past. I don't want to change it. So I have no other choice. No choice but to accept the death this world so desires. If I were a normal man, I would have had to accept Mayuri's death, whether I liked it or not. I shouldn't have been able to try and avert it. But by chance I acquired the power of a god. It allowed me to try again and again. If anything, I should be grateful for the opportunity I was given. Karine? I can't let Mayuri sense my unease. She can always tell when there's something bothering me. 10 minutes left. I want her to spend them happy and carefree. That's the very least I can do for her. So I put on my mask of Hoin Kyoma just as I did for Lukako. Fret not, Mayuri. Things between me and Lukako are absolutely marvelous. That Miko and I are tied by a strong bond. That's right, Lukako and I are connected by fate, whether we like it or not. And today, I, the evil genius with an IQ of 170, have returned the smile to Lukako's face. She even said so herself, that it was fun to be with me in our pursuit of knowledge. As soon as those words leave my lips, I realize my mistake. That makes it sound like I broke my promise to Mayuri just so I could give Lukako a fun time, doesn't it? Well, I suppose that is what happened, but Mayuri didn't need to know that. Really? That's great! But Mayuri, innocent as she is, just gives me a happy, relieved smile. So there's no reason for Okarine and Luka-chan to break up, right? Right, we won't break up. Actually, our temporary relationship is already ended. That was our agreement, but I don't think I need to tell Mayuri that. Great! Then Mayushi can concentrate on Komima without any worries. Are you going to participate tomorrow too? Yup, it lasts 3 whole days. I shouldn't have asked. I fight the urge to check my phone. Last time I checked, it was about 7 p.m. I don't have the guts to check again. I don't want to watch the seconds tick down to Mayuri's death. Daru-kun's late. I called him just now, and he said he was close by.
別に
We don't have to wait for him.
もうちょっと待って。
Let's wait a little bit longer. If that's what Mary wants, then I won't deny her. Besides, I don't want Mary's last moments to be on a crowded train or bus, but rather somewhere she can see the stars. Not that I have any right to choose her place of death.
ねえね
Hey, do you think we can convince Luka-chan to cosplay somehow?
え、どうやって説得すればいいの？
How should we persuade her, though? Mary's mood is completely healed. Why is she so happy? Did she hear something pleasing somewhere in this conversation? Was it knowing that things are going well between me and Lukaku? Or was it that I kept my promise to come here after all? I don't know. I don't know, but seeing Mayuri's happy smile makes my heart ache.
ルカちゃんがキラリちゃんのコスプレしたらね。
I think Luka-chan would be an absolutely perfect Kirari-chan cosplayer.
ルカちゃんってね、
Luka-chan's so cute. She makes Mayushi's heart throb, you know?
世界中の
I
人たち
want to spread Luka-chan's cuteness to people all over the world. Don't you, Ocarine?
あ、
Ah,
それと
or
も
maybe
ルカ
you
ちゃん
plan
が
to
自
keep
分だけの
Luka-chan
もの
all
を
to yourself. But you know, you shouldn't monopolize her. Even Mayushi wants to kyun-kyun with
ル
Luka-chan.
カちゃんにキュンキュンしたいよ。
What?
別に
I don't mind. It's not like I can keep her all to myself. Yay!
それにね、
Anyway, there's one more reason I want to get Luka-chan to cosplay. Mayuri's awfully obsessed over Lukaku today. Come to think of it, Mayuri has done nothing but talk about Lukaku for the past 4 days, ever since Lukaku and I started dating.
ルカちゃんって
Luka-chan's usually a quiet girl, right? She almost never says what she thinks.
コスプレするとね、
When you cosplay, you become someone other than
だ
yourself.
からね、
That's why I think that if Luka-chan cosplays once, she'll definitely find a new Luka-chan, even if it's embarrassing at first.
そしたらね、
And when that happens, she'll become more assertive than before, and maybe even dominate. Oh, you, Ocarine. Hehe. She really does care for Lukaku, and yet I know that all of her hopes and dreams are in vain. Suddenly, Mayuri falls silent. She looks up and raises one hand high above her head, as if to catch the stars twinkling in the night sky. Stardust handshake.
星は
Can you see the stars? Yeah. You can see the stars more clearly in Ariake than Akiba. If only the stars would answer her call. If only she could melt into their embrace. What salvation that would be. In the past, when she has reached for the sky, I have always pulled her back down to earth, as if to keep her from floating away. But today, I don't dare. What does Mayuri think about when she reaches out for the starry sky? I've never asked her. Perhaps now is the time.
なあ
Hey, Mayuri.
マユリ
Ocarine! Mayushi!
Daru runs up, calling our names.
あ、
Daru-kun, you're late.
My bad. Man, it took forever to check my spoils.
Daru's backpack is filled to the brim. He's also carrying 5 paper bags illustrated with moe drawings, such as L.
じゃ
Okay, let's go. Mayuri gets up to lead the way, and we start heading toward the train station. The direct shuttle bus to Akiba has already ended its service.
It was so hot today, I thought I was gonna die. How was the cosplay?
あ、風が気持ちよかった
The
よ。
breeze felt great.
Maybe you should cosplay next time.
And when did you get here, Ocarine?
Buy
い
anything?
や
No.
Huh? Why so grim? You have a girlfriend like one of those filthy normals now. You've got no right to be depressed.
オカリン？
Ocarine, is something wrong? Mayuri's voice is abruptly cut short. Her suitcase falls to the ground with a thud. It's time. Mary presses her hands to the center of her chest. Her face contorts in pain. I see it happen in slow motion, frame by frame, slowly. She starts to fall. It's so sudden. So sudden. And so I fail to catch her in time. Mary falls to the ground, motionless.
Mayushi?
I can't move. I can't breathe. Strangely, I feel no sorrow. All I feel is guilt. I knew this would happen. I should have prevented it. The one who killed Mayuri is me.
Mayushi, what's wrong?
Daru tosses his bags and runs to Mayuri's side. He lifts her up and slaps her cheek a bit. I keep watching as if I merely am a bystander.
She's not breathing. What is this? What the hell is this? Ocarine, there's something wrong with Mayushi!
She's dead. What could be the cause? A heart attack? She wasn't killed this time. That's a relief. At least Mayuri died in one piece.
Dead? No way, we were just talking! Hey, Mayushi, wake up! Where's the camera? We're on a candid camera, right?
Daru. I put my hand on Daru's shoulder to calm him down. Mayuri's dead. Daru turns pale. His lips tremble as he looks at Mayoshi's face in disbelief. Let's call an ambulance.
Why did this happen? How can you be so calm? She's dead! She's never coming back! Don't you get it, Ocarine?
I get it.
No, you don't! She's not breathing, see?
I stood by and let her die.
What?
I kneel beside Mayuri. I couldn't save you, Mayuri. I reach out to Mayuri's motionless body. No, I chose not to save you. I embrace her tightly. I abandoned you, Mayuri. I look up at the starry sky just as Mayuri always did. The tears don't come. Maybe I've gotten used to it, or maybe it's because I'm not worthy to mourn her. What fills my heart is emptiness. I'm leaning against the wall, hugging both knees. I don't remember how long I've been here. How much time has passed since Mayuri's death? I didn't go to the vigil or to the funeral. How could I when I'm the one who killed her? I don't want to see anything or anyone. Even breathing is hard now. And yet, I have no choice but to face this emptiness, this heart-rending guilt, and accept what I've done. That is my duty now. Someone pulls the curtain open. Light shines in from the lounge. A girl is standing there, silhouetted against the light. As soon as I realize who it is, I turn away and prepare to block out the noise. Kabe, it's been 3 days. Will you at least eat something? You knew, didn't you? You knew that Mayuri would die. Why don't you time leap? I was sure that you would do anything to save Mayuri, even use the time leap machine. What happened to your plan to change Urushibara-san's gender and take back the IBN 5100? You were so set on saving Mayuri. What are you still doing here? Wait, did you already send the email? Did you already change world lines? If so, then you're just a remnant Okabe left behind. Then that means world lines are parallel, and this line is doomed to continue without Mayuri. I didn't send the email. My voice is hoarse, perhaps because I haven't spoken in 3 days. What do you mean? I couldn't change Lukaku back into a guy. Instead, I chose to accept fate. No, that makes it sound like I wasn't responsible. I stood by and let Mayuri die. I hear Kurisu gasp. Why did I confess? It's not something I should confess so easily. It's like admitting to murder. It should have been a secret between Lukaku and me, and yet, do I want to be blamed? Would that make me feel better? It hurts to live with this bottled up guilt. At this point, I'd welcome condemnation. Kurisu isn't one to mince words. I'm sure she'll tell me exactly what a worthless human being I am. However, will you eat? Kurisu betrays my expectations. I can make cup noodles if you like, or should I go get something? Say something. I killed Mayuri. Why won't you blame me? I suppose I could, but why? It looks like you've already blamed yourself enough. Maybe we just don't have the right to change the past after all. Besides, no one can blame you. You've been fighting alone this whole time. One man disconnected from causality. No one can understand your pain. No one can understand the meaning of your choice. There's no way I can blame you when I haven't leaped even once. How can you be so understanding? I clutched my knees. I'm not. When you chose to save Mayuri with the time leap machine, you must have known that no one would ever understand. So accept what you've done. Do that, and you'll never forget the meaning of your choice. So in other words, she's telling me to suffer on my own. What a cruel woman. However, you should also take responsibility for the girl you saved. Mayuri is dead. It's sad. No, sad doesn't even begin to describe it, but Mayuri is gone. You couldn't change convergence. You couldn't defy fate. But she is still alive. Thanks to you, she's still alive as a girl. And I think she's suffering alone, just like you. Aren't you the only one who can understand her suffering? You're her accomplice, remember? Her accomplice. I knew you would pull no punches, Makise Kurisu. Lukako's image floats through my mind. She used to be a guy, but now she's a girl, and she'll live as a girl from now on. I am the one who chose that future for Lukako. When I imagine her frail smile, I feel like spring has come to thaw the frozen soil of my heart. I can't bear to lose Lukako too. In that case, I know what I must do. Thank you, Kurisu. I'm glad I told you. As I enter the courtyard, I can almost feel the heat slowly drain away. Besides the main building stands a large tree. Its branches coated with vibrant leaves sway in the gentle breeze. The shrine is cooler than the streets of Akihabara proper. Maybe it's because Kanda River is so close. As usual, the shrine is empty. I find myself standing before the offering box, gazing into the inner sanctum. I wonder if Lukako's home. Her family should be here too. Should I call for her? Just then, the wind suddenly lets up and the sound of rustling trees stops for a bit. In the silence, I hear someone sobbing. It sounds like it's coming from behind the main building. I slowly head towards the sound. Lukako is there, sitting on the grass, hugging her knees as she cries. Samedari is in her hands. Lukako. Okabe-san. Lukako looks at me with wet eyes, but immediately afterwards she buries her face in her knees. When her shoulders start shaking even more. Yesterday, I went to Mayuri-chan's funeral. Everyone cried. I didn't know Mayuri-chan was loved by so many people. Of course, I loved Mayuri-chan too. I'm not really good with people, but she was always so nice to me. She was my best friend. I lost the words I was about to say. All I can do is silently sit next to Lukako. Why, Okabe-san? Why are we still alive? Mayuri-chan is dead. And I'm still a girl. Now that she remembers being a guy, Lukako's beginning to have gender identity issues. I have no idea how that feels. Just as Kurisu said, Lukako is disconnected from causality too. It just feels wrong for me to keep living like this. Oh, damn. It's not wrong. I try to cheer her up with those meaningless words, but Lukako shakes her head in denial. Is there a way to save Mayuri-chan? No. That can't be! Still crying, Lukako stands and pleads with me. Let's keep thinking. I'll do anything to save Mayuri-chan. I heard from Mayuri-chan before that you made a device for traveling back in time. Is she talking about the time leap machine? If we use that, we can't. If we go back in time, I'm sure we'll find a way. There is no way. I make that firm declaration with hung head and clenched fists. It may be cruel, but all we can do is accept Mayuri's death and keep on living. You can't give up. Why are you giving up? Aren't you sad at all that Mayuri-chan died? There's no way to save her. No, I don't want Mayuri-chan to die. Lukako! I grab her shoulders and look straight into her eyes. Did you think it was easy for me to give up? Okabe-san. She was my precious childhood friend. I would have done anything to save her, but you didn't. I tried to find a way. I tried everything I could think of. Do you know how many times I've gone back? But nothing worked. The universe wants her dead. No matter how I try to avoid it, fate snatches Mayuri away. I sacrificed other people's memories and dreams, all to save Mayuri. I didn't care who I hurt as long as I could save her. But I can't do it anymore. There's nothing I can do. No, there's something I can do. There are still things I can do to save Mayuri, but I chose none of them. Theoretically, it's not impossible, but it is impossible for me. I'm sorry. I didn't stop to think about your feelings. But it's not impossible, is it? There's still one more way left. If you turn me back into a guy, I can't do that. There's no meaning to our choice if we do that. I chose Lukako over Mayuri. Ultimately, that's all there is to it. Please, Okabe-san. I don't want to be a girl so badly that I'd sacrifice Mayuri-chan. Please, save Mayuri-chan. I won't turn you back into a guy. Why? Why won't you? That's what I chose. I can't keep on hurting people to feed my ego. Besides, even if we go back to the original world line, there's no guarantee we'll avoid Mayuri's death. I won't sacrifice anyone's memories. I won't sacrifice your memories for a small chance like that. It's over. But Okabe-san, this is unforgivable. I don't deserve to live like this. How can I go on knowing that me being a girl contributed to Mayuri's death? That's too heavy of a burden for me to bear. Why? Why didn't you send the mail to my mom's pager 18 years ago? Why didn't you choose Mayuri-chan over me? You have nothing to be ashamed of. It was my choice. I killed Mayuri. The guilt is mine. I am the one with the power of a god. I am the one who chose Mayuri's fate. Therefore, I am the one who must bear responsibility. Besides, I want you to be happy. Happy? How can I possibly be happy? When Mayuri died because of me. It wasn't because of you. Please never say that again. You may be sad now, but I want you to keep going forward and live enough for Mayuri too. No, I don't want that. Lukako clings to my chest. She stares into my eyes without wiping away her tears. In that case, I want to help bear your burden together. Bear it together? Don't be ridiculous. I'm a man disconnected from causality. I chose to stand by and let Mayuri die. Then I'll disconnect myself too. I regain my memories of being a guy, so that doesn't mean I'm already disconnected. I also know that I'm only a girl because Mayuri paid for it with her life. We're accomplices. Kurisu said the same thing. We're accomplices, Lukako and I. The sadness, this guilt. I want us both to embrace them so we don't forget. We are disconnected from causality. Nobody else can understand us. That's why. I understand. I embrace Lukako strongly. Let's bear our burden together. Let's live with these memories together. Can I stay by your side forever? I love you. I know I'm betraying Mayuri-chan, but I want to be with you to get forever. Of course. We both bear the same burden. We'll accept Mayuri's death, yet still live on, shoulder by shoulder. Afterwards, we pass the time sitting in silence until the sky turns the color of dusk. Lukako rests her head on my shoulder. I embrace her and feel her breathing next to me. We gaze silently at the sky, and in our hearts, we pray for Mayuri's happiness in the afterlife. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm sorry. Hey, Okabe-san. Lukako raises her head and breaks the silence. I can see firm resolve in her expression. There's one thing that I should have done for Mayuri-chan, but didn't. Because I didn't, I made her sad. What was it? Cosplay. Oh, that. These last few weeks, Mayuri was constantly asking Lukako to wear her costumes she made for her, but Lukako was too embarrassed to try. I remember Mayuri on the day she died. Even on that day, Mayuri only talked about Lukako. Even though I stood her up on my promise to bring Lukako to Komima and made her lonely, Mayuri wanted Lukako to cosplay from the bottom of her heart. Can your time machine take me back to that day? You mean you want to go back? Lukako nods firmly. Are you serious? Nobody used the time leap machine except me. It's never failed so far, but if something does happen, it might not be reversible. CERN's test subjects turn into jellymen. Something like that could happen to her, or she could lose her memory like Suzuha did. It's too dangerous. So far, I'm the only one who's used it. Please! At the very least, I want to see Mayuri-chan off with a smile. Because I wasn't able to do anything for her. But I thought you couldn't handle all the otaku. I'm a bit scared, but this is something I have to do. Besides, I want to be truly the same as you, Okabe-san. If I use that device, I'll be completely disconnected from causality, won't I? And then I could feel what you feel. So please. Her innocent feelings warm my heart. Lukako truly cares for me and Mayuri. In the end, I have to grant her wish. When we get to the lab, I do not have a good feeling about this. No one is there. Just a few days ago, Mayuri, Kurisu, Daru, and I were all laughing here together. With Mayuri gone, nothing seems to remain from those days but dreams. The lab feels truly empty. But I had those feelings and lead Lukako to the development room. Luckily, the 42-inch CRT is turned on downstairs, so we can start the time leap when ready. What time will you jump to? The morning of that day. If I jump to the day before, I don't think I'll be mentally stable enough to accept it as reality. That's why. So she's choosing the morning of that fateful day. But to jump to that day would take at least 3 consecutive leaps. Will she be able to get all the way to the 15th? Despite my worries, Lukaku remains undaunted. Once you leap safely, get in touch with me. I'm sure I'll help you get to Mayuri. Okay. Lukaku's head... I cover Lukaku's head with the time leap machine's headgear. Her body is clearly shaking. But that's understandable, I guess. Even I'm starting to get tense. My heart feels like it's about to explode. This is the first time leap experiment with a subject other than me. I can't stop thinking about the worst case scenario. Don't worry, your brain will hurt a bit, but the pain will go away soon. Okay. You must not get distracted once you reach the other side. Calm down and try to grasp your surroundings. It'll be okay. I'm with you. I know, I'm so scared. I gently caress Lukaku's cheek. She responds with a small sigh of relief. I'm going. I nod and hide the shaking of my fingertips as I set the microwave timer. I'll be sure to come back. Yeah, I'll be waiting. I smile to Lukaku. Immediately afterwards, the discharge fills the room. Thanks, story time. Lukaku's body begins to shine. The building shakes violently. The smell of ozone fills the air. The light is blinding. I can hardly keep my eyes open. Okabe-san! Lukaku's cry is suddenly cut short. A shock ripples through my body like it always does after time leaping. What the? This time, I wasn't the one who leaped. But nevertheless, I teleported from the lab to Yanabayashi Shrine. Did the world line change? No, reading Steiner didn't activate, so I don't think it did. Then why? Was it because of Lukaku's changes to the past? I look to the side and I see Lukaku. She gets up and smiles once she notices my gaze. Want to see the pictures? Pictures? What's this about pictures? It works. I did it. Don't you remember? You suddenly started acting differently just now. Right after you leaped into the past, I found myself standing here. Did you go to Kamima? Lukaku once again bursts into tears. She slowly nods. She takes out a few pictures and hands them to me. Mayuri-chan was so happy. I look at the first picture handed to me. I gasp in surprise when I see what's on it. It looks like we really got carried away. I realize that I'm crying. In the picture, Mayuri is smiling. And we're smiling with her. Yeah, that was a sad ending. And I can't skip this. Interesting. Okay, so that's Lukaku's ending, I guess. It actually ended better than I thought. I honestly thought Lukaku was gonna turn into a jelly person. Yeah. It's really, I guess, bittersweet. Bitter, really. Especially because Lukaku said, I am willing to go back to the way I was. You know for a fact the writer considered it? I mean, probably. Let's, we're gonna keep going a little bit further. We're gonna get to the point where we send the D-mail, to turn Lukaku back into a guy, and I think that should progress us into Chapter 9, and then we'll make our save and probably cut it there until Saturday. But yeah, that was a really cringe route for the first 2.5 hours, and then it got better-ish. Not the worst gate opening, no. They better have been older? Either that or she's 18 and pregnant. Okay, so... Wow.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
番号は
Alright.
Absolutely not.
So we're gonna get the hug from behind. It was during the hug from behind. At least there's this redeeming line. I have nothing against homosexuals. But unfortunately, I am heterosexual. Honestly, fair enough. Does it really redeem anything? I mean, literally the line before that, he calls it forbidden... forbidden love or something. Something very Japanese. Yeah, Mayuri-chan, tasukete. Onegai, yamete.
ルカが
すみません。
お前が男に戻って。
岡部さん、お願いします。これ以上もっと
だが
岡部さん、お願い。
Alright, Phone Wave Chan, let's go. Thank you, Okabe-san. Farewell, my love. Boing. 0.52 now. Haha! I knew it. Okay, so we immediately got to chapter 9. Alright, let's make the save. Perfect. Alright, we did it, guys. We cleared a whole route in one night. Awesome. This stream was a journey. It always is. I'm going to play some more on Saturday. Stream is up in the air for tomorrow. We've streamed every day this week. I might be in the mood to take a break tomorrow, and maybe I can use that time to like work on whatever's causing my software to crash when we do retro games. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, and I'll tell you guys in Discord. If we do stream, it'll be from 12 to 5, Fire Emblem Engage. If not, I'll probably be around in the Discord. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. Much love, and I will see you guys tomorrow, if not Saturday.